happened there?
My apologies. My apologies.
Good morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 14th of January. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, we're brought to you by the best in the business. Introduce yourself, guys.
They call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
And I am Big Marks from the east side of the bridge. You know what it is. Each and every day with Dede. Who else we got here?
Good morning, blessed people. Let me just run through the chat. Good morning, Energy. Good morning, DCF Mooks, Christy, 9 Ether, Amy Snow Globe, Izzy Bambino, Austin, Billy. Let me just turn this volume down. Davina, TT, Bex T, Dr. Amani, Grand Rising, Natty, Y Thumb, Chijoke, ELC, Molly Bell, or Mully Bell, Charles Mack, Crowd Crew, JTD Jan, Aisha, Kel Bells. Marks, yesterday you left. Before I could ask you, do you know what James said I was supposed to apologize for? What? Man United, something I said last week I was supposed to apologize to you for.
Probably just giving it to Barry McGuigan all day, talking about you was going to win and this. It's probably just your general...
Barry McGuigan? Who's Barry?
Who's Barry McGuigan?
Who's Barry McGuigan, mate?
He's a boxer.
Oh, and what does Barry do, mate?
Nothing.
Oh, he just talks.
No, what do you mean?
Like, if I was giving it the Barry, like...
No, he's giving it the big un.
The big un?
Yeah.
All right, the big un.
He's giving it the big un.
So, was I supposed to not give it the big un if I didn't feel confident?
I don't know, just be humble. I can't remember exactly what you said, but it's probably your whole demeanour that you wanted an apology for, if we're going to be honest.
Serious?
Maybe you was...
Was that offending? Did that offend you?
No, but obviously you was...
So being rude?
You was confident in that and you was...
God forbid I be confident.
No, but you're just projecting that. So obviously when you lose, you got to take your medicine, innit? You got to say... And you should say, you know what? Hold my hands up. I was wrong.
Okay. You asked me who do I think will win. I said Arsenal.
Is he in there, James?
And I should apologise when they don't win.
There might be something specific that I can't remember.
Yeah,
I don't take
I
things
will.
on board.
Come reaction. Hopefully, James makes his way into the chat.
Remind me, there might be something more he done. I can't remember though.
Well,
James can remind me though.
All
All right,
right.
what else we got on the agenda? We're trying to get to 6,000 subs. We're
Come
nearly
on.
there.
Come on.
How far off are
We are at 5.88.
we? Okay, so only a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Give or take. Use that, tell your people them. Share it. Make sure you like the video because obviously it helps with the algorithms to get us noticed more on the YouTube and these things. Share it on all your social media platforms. That would be nice.
Have both of y'all, any of y'all, got a problem with asking for things?
In what sense?
Well, right now we're asking for people to like and subscribe to the video.
That's not really asking for nothing though.
Yeah?
No, what's that? That ain't nothing. You shouldn't. Is it?
No, I don't think it's anything at all. I mean...
Like, even if you didn't like asking for things, asking for someone to like a video that they're watching, like, what the fuck?
No, I don't think there's a problem with that. I mean, sometimes I ask for you to retweet things on X, and I have to keep asking. And you sigh sometimes, innit?
Why?
I don't know why you sigh. I'm not you.
No, because the problem is the way you move towards it. You could probably make me not do it because I do it all the time. But every time you ask me, you act like it's something that I never do. So then I'm the type of person who's just like, all right, cool, watch then. I just won't do it. You're gonna keep chatting shit. I just won't do it. You get me? Because I do it all the time.
All right, so let's extrapolate that behavior
Right, go on.
and then project it onto the people. If we keep asking them to do things, right, and they're like you and they say, but I like it anyway.
But they don't, because we can see the numbers of the likes of the people in the chat. So we have to keep asking them. It's not the same.
You're doing that thing again where you think you're talking to the same people that don't do what it is that you are asking them to do. They're different people.
I'm talking to the people that's not doing it. The people that do it wouldn't take offense to it.
And that's what I do. I talk to the people that don't do it.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
It's not true.
Have you done it yet?
That doesn't mean anything.
But when I ask you, it's because it's supposed to be done at the top of the show.
At the top of the show when I was just introducing it.
Before. It goes live before.
That's not true.
Before anything happens,
Plus,
before
I don't
you
get a
warm
notification.
up your lungs,
Plus-
it's already on X.
Plus, I don't get a notification. But you could turn around and say to me, oh yeah, share the video. It's the way you say it, you insinuate like I never share it, even though I share it all the time. This is what the
I've
problem
got something
is.
exciting to tell you soon.
Huh?
I've got something exciting to tell you soon.
Alright, that's
Yeah,
cool.
you're gonna like it, man.
The automated sharing service you got?
I've already told you I can hook you up with that. I can hook you up with that on Instagram. I can hook you up with that. I will control your social media.
No, but even from people watching, yeah, because they see us have this back and forth all the time, yeah. So if I didn't share it all the time, how would we always be here? If that makes sense, why would if it's something that I just never done, the interaction wouldn't be like this. And this is what the problem is. So you say it and
I
you insinuate
don't know what you just said.
because you insinuate like I never shared a video, but I'm always sharing a video.
No.
So a little prompt and a little
I do
reminder,
this.
a little prompt and a little reminder to share it is not a problem. But when you're creating this narrative that I never share it and you're pumping into that narrative, that's what I got a problem with because I always share it. Or for the most part.
To be honest,
I share it more often than not, basically.
You did say yesterday that you are the bastion of truth. You're a
Facts.
truth teller.
Facts.
But yet you have no problem sitting there and not even stretching it, just lying.
Okay, cool, but that's what I say. So when you say stuff like that to me, that make me just not share it.
Yeah, you see? Because you don't want to hear it.
It's not that I don't want it. It's because I always share it.
There's always. Have you got a problem with asking for things, Emmanuel?
Depends what it is.
Do you ask for help?
Nah. Don't think so.
He's a real man. You don't need help.
There you go.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I read somewhere that Zuckerberg is saying that what did he say? Something about femininity he said the workplace is too neutral. And it needs to return to the masculine vibes that it used to be.
Okay.
I think that's what I read.
Okay. So
Do you agree?
What's that look like though?
I don't know.
Was that off the back of the whole DEI thing? Remember yesterday I was talking about how Meta and Amazon have backed out of that whole DEI program that they were kind of forced to do by the government.
I think it's all connected. He also removed the barriers of censorship. Not censorship, that's the wrong word. You know how you would get flagged or your posts will be removed if you type any like opinions to the race that may be seen as racist.
Yeah.
He's removed that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's removed that. And he's going to a community-based fact-checking system, like Community Notes on X. So apparently, I guess he's trying to say that people allowed free speech again on Facebook. Obviously, he's doing whatever the current or the incoming leader is on in it.
Have you seen it, Joe Rogan?
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
I didn't watch all of it.
Okay.
I've seen some clips from it. Did you like it?
Okay. No, similar to you. I've only seen like the beginning part and I believe an additional clip where he's basically talking about how he was forced. Essentially, obviously, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but Facebook was kind of forced to just be throwing up all sorts of censorship stuff, especially about the whole COVID thing. And we spoke about this on the show anyway. But basically, he was talking
how the
about
Biden administration kind of called and was effing and blinding, telling them to do certain things and blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Anything that kind of challenged their narrative about COVID and stuff, they were asked to censor it. Insane. This is what happens though.
Would you prefer platforms that let everybody say whatever they want, or for there to be some form of cleanup, censorship?
Say whatever you want.
And would you prefer, if that is what you choose, everybody has to have the identity on display?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's
Okay.
talk. Let's
So
talk.
you'd rather everybody give up their details, right? If they want to basically pop off.
Yeah.
Because there should be consequences.
I don't think it should be like super personal. Just maybe a picture and a name.
When you say super personal, I'm just talking about what you just said.
Yeah.
Their own picture and their full name.
Yeah, real name. Yeah, that's all.
That's not super personal to you?
No, not really. As long as no date of births, no necessarily like locations, none of that bollocks. Just full name, kind of, or maybe first name and last initial plus a real picture. I think that should suffice.
First name and last initial. So you're now... what are you doing?
Well,
I'm talking about first and last name.
All right, fine. Let's make it first and last.
And you're now saying, no, they can abbreviate.
No.
You know how many Toms there are in the world?
No, but you got a real... All right, fine. First and last name plus picture.
Oh, so you're for that?
Yeah. If
Alright.
it is that alternative is that we have some sort of authoritarian cohort in the back that's kind of just controlling everything, 100%. I don't like none of that stuff. I don't like control. No, don't like it.
And you don't see that as some form of control?
No,
Them being able to know who is typing what and what thoughts are in your head?
No, because in the scenario you're giving me, I'm having to choose between controlling my ideas, right, and telling me what I can and can't say, versus just controlling who is talking. So I'm just saying it as, okay, let's go back 100 years where we could actually meet in a particular forum. We can go to the park. We can go to particular places and actually talk. When I'm going there, I ain't going in a mask. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking freely in the open. You know what I'm saying? In my person. So similar sort of thing on social media. Bring it back. If those are the two options, isn't it? If not, just keep it as it is and, you know, whatever. But out of those two things you just mentioned, definitely I'll choose for the other thing.
I'm leaning more and more these days into whatever platform that we're on. There should be an ability to catch animals. For example, Max, did you hear about what happened to Havertz's wife after the game?
Of course.
What the hell? What happened?
Somebody jumped in her DMs and said, "I hope you have a miscarriage."
What type of foolishness is this? See?
And then another person said,
That's Arsenal fans, isn't it? It's not even.
"I don't know if it's Arsenal fans or
It
not."
is Arsenal fans.
Why are you so convinced?
Because these are horrible people.
Mm.
Toxic fan base. Of course it was Arsenal fans. Nobody else would do that. It was directly after the loss. Why would anybody do that? So you think fan bases are doing espionage and these things are like
Yeah, that's what
coded.
trolls do. 100% that's what trolls do.
And this is what Arsenal fans do. So now all of a sudden you've concocted this experience in your head where other fans are trolling and pretending to be Arsenal fans. You know, just take accountability for your horrible fan base. Of course it was Arsenal fans, firstly. Might not be the type of Arsenal fan you are or the type you associate with, but it was Arsenal fans. Here we go. No.
No, but you're speaking with such certainty.
And
You said yesterday there are people
so, okay, so let's put this out then. What fans was it?
who would sit there,
What fans was it?
not have their voice waver, and absolutely lie.
What
Right?
fans was it?
It could be any sort of fans.
It could be any fans but Arsenal fans.
Do you know some of the biggest accounts on X who are pushing anti-immigration in the UK are immigrants who live in different countries?
Okay, that's great.
Are you aware of that?
I see Elon doing it. Listen, yeah. You're telling me, yeah, there's more chance that was somebody else's fans than Arsenal
I
fans.
didn't say that. I said it could be somebody else's
Well,
fan.
it could
It
be
may not
anybody.
even be a fan of football or the Premier League.
How would they know the result?
Because, what are you talking about? How would they know the result?
If they're not a fan of football, why would they? And see, this is what I mean. This is, you know what it is? If we're going to be honest, you're part of the problem, Brent.
Yeah.
You're part of the problem. If we're just going to be totally honest, you're part of the problem. This is crazy. You're going to use your platform to spin the narrative that wasn't Arsenal fans abusing that man's wife. Have you heard the things you say about Havertz? Anyway, I was in the spaces with about 2,000 people in there, and before it closed, he said, listen, before we leave here, everybody go send and have Havertz abuse. That was his words. I'm not making this up. It's verbatim.
I didn't say that didn't happen.
No, I'm telling you it happened.
I didn't say that didn't happen.
Yeah, so with the information that I know, the chances are higher
And that's
that
true.
it was Arsenal fans.
It's true.
And obviously, you're allowed to try and spin whatever narrative you want
What
and
are you
combat
talking
it.
about? I said it may not be an Arsenal fan. That's all I said. That's all I said. Right? The people who used to mock Sterling, Rashford, were they all United fans?
But the United fans that mock Rashford.
So you're saying the United fans that mock Rashford, the ones that were pelting them with abuse and racist abuse, were they all United fans?
Well, when it's
game day,
when
then
it's
it's
football,
United fans.
it's more than likely United fans. When
You see what you
it's
said? You see what you just said? More than likely.
Yeah, but that's
You
what I'm
see?
talking about.
You see?
Okay,
and
well-
that's fine. That's fine for you to say more likely. But when you say more likely, that means there's a percentage where it might be unlikely.
Okay, cool. When he's feeding the kids and thing and people are chatting shit about him, that could be everybody because that's everyone across the board. But when it's game day and he's facing abuse on game day, it's usually, which is more than likely. Which is
There you go. Thank you. And that's all I want. That's all I want you to say. That's all I want you to say.
So then is it more than likely Arsenal fans
Yeah.
that...
Yes.
Exactly. So then why are you pushing this? So
I
what are you
said
talking
it may
about?
not be.
But it's more than likely. Okay, say it may not be,
Yes,
but it's more than likely. Like, set the tone
It's
properly.
more than likely that
Arsenal
it's
fans.
somebody who thinks that they are an Arsenal fan.
It's not your type of fan. I'm not saying it's your tribe or nothing like that. So obviously I understand the need to want to distance yourself from them because that goes against everything you stand for. And maybe the club, you know what I'm trying to say? But it was Arsenal fans.
Let me get back to my point. And now I want that to be an ability for them to be ousted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because how are you doing that and thinking that there's going to be no consequence because you don't have a picture up? Like, that's mad.
Yeah, there should be things to sign up to social media. And anybody who doesn't want to do it is because you must be trying to do some fuckery on there. There's nothing to hide. You should have to sign up with your proper ID and that, with your address and these things. And that will stop people trolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for there to be ability for that same private company to say, if you start doing madness and putting other people's lives in jeopardy or just harassing them, 100%, if the police come knocking, I'm giving it up.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That makes sense to me. People put all their business online anyway, so why are they bothering about what's the problem with their ID and their address and all that? They put their whole life on there. And if you ain't got nothing to hide and you're not doing nothing wrong, what's the problem? That's what I say.
I watched the clip.
Let me retweet this video for you.
Oh, that's nice. I watched a clip from, Mace and Cam has a podcast, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy, Jimmy Jones.
I saw that clip as well.
Did you see it?
That is bad,
Did
man.
you see it?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Was he really running around saying that he started Diplomats?
I ain't watched the full. Well, that's on Justin the Boys podcast. I ain't watched the full thing. I've just seen clips where he's just talking about saying what can what could these men tell me? I was a boss. I was a capo. I ran that whole shit. I've seen him make references like that. I haven't actually heard him say that he started a Dipset, but the way he was talking, chances are high he probably threw that all in there. But Cam's just cooking him. It's dangerous when you got big platforms. Cam's got a massive platform that he can just sit on and cook. Jimmy can't compete with that. He gonna have to run on people's podcasts and get local clips and things. Cam could go at him every day. It's tough. He's just sitting there. Did he put on that fur coat for a reason?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know if he took it off afterwards, but I don't know. It looked like this is what he normally does when he sits there.
I ain't seen him in the furs before.
Yeah, he normally wears a suit, you know.
I've seen him in suits and that on the show, and even when he's dressing down casually, I ain't seen him in a fur before.
But even in saying that he's in a suit to go and do podcasts.
No, that's his sports show, isn't it? Because it's like like the morning breakfast media,
Oh,
like Stephen A and Shannon
presentable.
Sharp and them,
Okay,
and they all do
Both
it in
of
suits,
them,
innit?
Yeah.
And all across the board, First Take, undefeated, all these things. They're
What do you
suited
think
a
about that,
bit.
Margs?
Huh?
What do you think about that, Margs? When we have our fully fledged network up and running, do you think there should be some sort of attire for the hosts, dependent on the format?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
I'm cool with that. Formal news, just formally.
So, let's just say it was commentating on sport.
Gary Neville,
In a formal matter.
Gary Neville,
Forget about Gary Neville. Don't want to black.
and Carragher
Forget
and them man
about
there
Gary Neville.
wear suits. It's just the
Would
way.
you
Huh?
suit up?
What, to deliver the news? Of course, why not?
Serious? You come presentable.
Tell me to if I had to.
Even if people suggested that you also apply the same to your face,
I don't understand.
like grooming.
Well, shaving stuff. Yeah, if I had to.
Right. Now this is asking. This is a straight question.
Yeah, man. If I got it, then I got it. If I ain't got it, then I ain't got it. What does it matter? You ain't put rules in place. If you don't put rules in place, what the hell does it matter?
You don't care about rules.
Huh?
You don't care about rules.
Well, to a certain extent. But if that's what I'm trying to say, if that's the tone that's set and that's what it is, then if I didn't want to follow it, then I wouldn't be a part of it, innit?
And you clean up your language as well, isn't it?
Nope.
Let me change the question. Not if it's an informal format, right? Because that's part of the law. But if it's morning news and a nation is tuning in, would you clean up your language?
Well, yeah, there'll be no swearing and stuff, innit?
Yeah, I don't think that's bad at all, man.
Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you want to lean towards?
Not for TDA,
Okay.
not for this format. But I'm thinking. Anyway, I'm not divulging anything just yet. Suka. Where was I? So he didn't start the diplomats, but yet he was running around saying that he did, right? And then Cam comes and says, "You were begging it.
Yeah, that was rude.
You were begging it." And then he showed clips where I never knew Cam was like that. Like he was proper rhyming and the boom bap stuff.
Who was?
Cam.
Cam been spitting since the early 90s.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, he's a proper
I'm not
rapper,
a
man.
hip hop historian like you.
He's a proper rapper.
Like he was proper doing the.
I don't understand what you're saying. Well, it was beat bopping.
No. You know the type of style where I'm going to embarrass myself.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And I see the diplomat stuff as you've got your brand pattern now, and he completely slowed everything down,
Yeah.
and it was completely mature. But the boom bap stuff, it was just, all right, cool, my turn. And you know how you normally do the stuff? Yeah, that's what it was looking like. I'm thinking, wow. And then back in the day, I understand why Izzy went bald quicker.
Is Cam bald?
No.
So what do you mean by that? What do you mean he went bald quicker?
But he cut his hair off, made it really, really low. I understand why. And he wears a lot of hats and stuff in it.
What, now? Or back then?
And bandanas and stuff. He used to cover his head.
Yeah, back then, I think everyone used to wear hats back then, though.
He used to cover his head a lot, though, no? I don't know. Historians, can you chime in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that
All right, so you didn't used to see his top.
Yeah, I've seen
Tough.
Cam with no hand.
Yeah, better.
I know you've seen him, but
No,
the
I-
majority of the times,
I don't know. It's like I was saying, just culturally, hats and bandanas. That's just what they wear, innit? Like, but it's not. I've never seen Cam as someone that's like
Yeah, hiding his
head or something like that.
fair. But anyway, the clips that he showed, I was like, oh, that's cool. And Mace was back then too. Yeah. And then this guy's grandmother died, and he said, I got free crib. And then he approaches him and says, I like what you do. Come and stay with me.
Who, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what Cam's saying?
That's what Clip was saying, yeah. Don't you find it weird?
What, you saw Jimmy say that on the clip?
Cam said that.
Oh,
His grandmother died, and he had a free yard, and then he kept on coming to them saying,
Whose
"I
grandmother
like your
died?
stuff, Jimmy.
Ah.
I like your stuff. I like your stuff. I like your verses. Come and stay with me."
Yeah, but it's not as crazy as that, though, innit? That sounds mad.
And then Cam was like, "Okay." Did you watch the clip?
Not that one.
Ah, that's why I was just looking at me, thinking I alluded to something.
No, but it's America. It's different.
Yeah.
You've got to get out of the mud over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just easy. If you need places to stay and that, it's not just easy. You can't just go sit down at the council and get a hostel. So and these people are helping each other out and staying people. Bare people stayed with people and stuff like that on their come up in the music industry and all these things. Bare people sleeping in the basements and these things. If they need somewhere to stay, they need somewhere to stay. If that ain't none, that is what it is.
Fair. Don't you think it was a bit rude of Cam to do that though? To blow him up and say he was begging it. If you provided him a shelter and food.
I don't know, stuff like that. I don't really do stuff like that. I'm not really on all that. I don't like when people do that. When people fall out and start telling me, "Oh yeah, you was an Egypt, you was this and you was that," but you was side by side. I was capo. So what are we doing there? It was good enough for you when you needed it, and then now you got a thing to say. That's not really my bag. I'm not really into all that. That's gad maneuvers.
Dip set.
Did you see when he said BMF chased him through the hotel?
Yeah.
And he was on the beach getting wet by the ocean. I said, you was on the beach getting wet by the ocean, nigga. That was crazy.
So tell me something, boys, right? You hoodlums. Why would you keep the fact that you think that he is a panty man to yourself for decades and now air it?
Because people do that, innit? Once they have their little discrepancies and that and falling outs, then people tell people what they really think of them. There's bare people that don't really like rate or respect or like each other that hang about together and work because it suits their purpose. This is the kind of things that people do all the time. And it's not until you sort of fall out and they start telling you their true feelings or who you really are. And that they were stomaching you because there's a means to an end or whatever. And then you fall out and then it's like, oh yeah, you do this anyway. And it's just like, it's human nature. It's what people do.
Likewise, right, Emmanuel, do you agree?
Yeah, that's what people do. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Question, boys. Right?
I do think though that sometimes it's not true though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just upset, so they're just saying stuff that they believe will hurt that person. I think that's also the case.
So you don't really agree?
No, I'm saying that's what people do though. I agree that's what people do, but I'm saying I don't think it's always the case. When you see that, I don't think it's always because of that. Okay. Like in this scenario here, I don't think Cam dislikes Jim Jones like that. These guys are like brothers, man. And it's not the first time they had back and forth online. Not the first time at all.
Then he said that you make up with everybody that puts hands on you.
It's unnecessary.
Question, boys. Question. So when we fall out, right? What ammo are you gonna pelt in my face?
I can say when.
Just
don't
take
say
yourself
that.
there. Go on. What have you been sitting on, Max, that you're gonna pelt in my face?
What's that?
What you been sitting on that you're gonna pelt in my face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't sit on things for people. I don't care enough about anything like that. That's not really my style. I'm not a bitter person. I don't need to do that. Go back and forth. And there's nothing that I wouldn't say to anyone after the fact that I wouldn't say to their face. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me.
So because I haven't heard anything yet, that means that you ain't got anything for me yet.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really work like that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, unless it's like, what can I think? What's an example that
This
I
is
might do?
this is a pokey.
There might be like,
You're saying a pokey because I know you got stuff in the tuck for loons and binners.
no, it's not that.
You ain't communicated it to them.
No, that's not that. There might be information about them or truths that I know that I wouldn't share in public. And if they started trying to do things to me, then I'll just say it. That's not holding nothing back. That's not making anything back or giving you my feelings. I'll just talk the truth. I talk the truth. I'm the bastion of the truth. I'll just talk the truth and shame the devil.
This is exactly what I'm asking you about.
No.
This is exactly what I'm asking you about. You're saying that you have some stuff that you have put in a cupboard, right? Whether you put it there, it's just in the cupboard because that's where the storage is. And when they start piping up, you're going to now telling the truth.
That sounds premeditated.
What?
That sounds premeditated. I don't really store information. I'm on a level playing field. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, whatever people want to do with me, that's what they'll do in it. You know what I'm trying to say? So if it's not really like I'm thinking about someone a certain way or whatever, but been my friendship, you get afforded to. There's probably disparaging things that I know about people that are not. It's not information for the rest of the world.
This is what I'm asking you for. I want you to basically tell me what truth do you know.
What disparaging things do you do, Brent? You don't do nothing. What do I know about you?
No, the stuff I do, but you may not know everything. But that's why I've said boys, right? Because
E-Man might be thinking. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, you're
so far
fine pillar of the community. I don't know nothing.
All right.
There's no truth. Your truth is fine. If that makes sense. I don't know.
All right.
But I don't like with people. If I'll do that, don't get me wrong. Like, I ain't gonna turn around and say, "Oh yeah, you was this and you was that," and but if we broke up a relationship with someone tried to throw shade on me and all that, and try to make up lies about me, I'm the type of person who will say, "Well, no, actually, the truth is," like, you know what I'm trying to say? Well,
this is what Cam did.
But I suppose it's similar then, I guess. But he's still like personal attacks on people and saying that they was I wouldn't do that. You was an idiot. Don't tell me you was an idiot and you was just a tear.
It's so weird how your brain works, and you probably agree that he's not doing the same thing, right? But it's the exact same thing.
What I was going to ask you though was Jim Jones just maybe lying about the start of Dipset, or was he saying something?
This is what Cam was disputed. How do you mean you started?
But he's not attacking Cam for Cam to come out like this. If he was attacking Cam and Cam did this, then okay.
I don't know the genesis of this.
Well,
whatever it was, he felt away.
Yeah, but people feel away about stupid crap every day. Every day. That doesn't mean anything. Did the guy violate? Did Jim Jones violate to deserve this? That's the question.
But I thought, and I don't know them, Mace and Cam, they abide by some sort of code, right? Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't look to act like how you would say feminine. Like at the drop of a hat. So if they've done this, it would be in response to something they felt was unwarranted from Jim.
Not necessarily, man.
Oh.
And it's still how you go about it. Because like I was saying, I would if he didn't make Dipset, I would say you're lying. You didn't make Dipset. Like, I'm the one that put you on. That's different to me saying you was a fan. You was a total fan. You was a nobody. You was a bum. You was a fan, and I patterned you up. And then, man, they chased you into the water and the sand and the beach. Like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like that's totally different. Like, you can tell your truth and tell the truth and speak truth to power without personally attacking someone.
You are so cheeky, Margs. Margs, you're so cheeky. That same episode where I championed yesterday of no behavior, that was a cacophony of chaos.
Yeah.
You turned to loons, right, during that segment and said something that had him like, what? And everyone was like, oh. And it was in the same nature. Should I tell people?
Yeah, I said it on the show.
You said that you basically put food in his table.
I never said that.
I paraphrased it.
No.
You said that you were responsible for paying his mortgage.
No, that's a lie again.
His food.
Again, you're lying.
Looking after his children.
Oh,
no,
come on, man.
You're lying. They was talking about whatever I spend my money on, and he said, "Oh, well, give me some of that money. My kids need food." I said, "I don't care about your kids. I got my own." He's like, "Right, you're saying you don't care about my kids?" I said, "No, I don't care about like, what's the hell's it got to do with you? I'll use my money for what I want. You need to pattern up your kids. I'm saying, furthermore, use some of that money that I help you make to feed them." That's what I said. I don't know what's wrong with that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say, what?
Yeah, so I said, what? What money do you help me make? And I said, okay.
And then he's like, speak truth to power. And you're like, I ain't saying nothing else. I said enough. But you knew that he took what he took from it, and you know where he was running with it.
That's gonna have
and
to
you
do
didn't
with
help
me.
him.
Because I don't care how you took it. I just said what I said. I didn't mix my words.
And then he went on to say,
because he was trying to egg onto the fact that I said I don't care about his kids, basically. When I never really said, well, I might have come close to saying that because I was in an ignorant mood, yeah. But he knows that's not what I meant. But he kept saying, "Oh yeah, so you keep trying to tell me about giving me your money for your kids, for the money for your kids." I said, "How about you use some of the money that we've been making together for your Ross Clark kids?"
but
there's nothing wrong with that.
He asked you, "What money you talk about?" And you was like, "Zoop."
Yeah, because once we get there, they're going crazy now. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. It's a whole different conversation.
You did the same thing, to be honest. You did the same thing. You said you looked after the man.
I never said that.
This is essentially what he's hearing.
How he receives it is up to him.
All right, that's a question, Emmanuel. A little segue, right? Seeing as we're here, don't you feel it's important to clarify if you know a brethren of yours, a lover of yours, has heard something you said and has taken it a particular way?
No.
I asked Emmanuel first.
Oh.
I think it depends on the situation. Like, obviously, if you're saying it to kind of send a jab at them, obviously you're not like there's no real desire for you to actually correct and clarify in it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying it in that spirit of just trying to have a little one up on them. But if it's about something else, then of course you're clarifying it. So you're both on the same page. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Especially in that situation because we was having our back and forth and he's trying to paint me a picture for me to be things and then I'll say whatever I say. So however you receive it, it's not my job to sit down in that moment of time and say, oh no, however you receive it is how you receive it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I said what I said. But yeah, I think it's cool.
Fair.
What are you doing over there? You got to something up.
Yeah, got a message, so I'll just check it to see if it's legit before I respond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the headlines.
All right, let's do it.
All right, people. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, will remain in her role for the whole of this parliament. This is what Downing Street has said as she faces criticism over the falling pound and rising government borrowing costs. The pound fell to $1.21 on Monday, which is its lowest level since November of 2023, while one measure of the rate at which the government can borrow money hits its highest level since 2008. I understand that, guys. So borrowing costs are rising for many countries across the world, but some have argued that decisions made in the budget appear to have made the UK more vulnerable. The Conservatives said that the Chancellor was hanging on by her fingernails. When asked at a press conference earlier whether Reeves would remain Chancellor for the whole of the Parliament, the Prime Minister declined to answer, but did then say that she had his full confidence. I was doing a fantastic job. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch said the Prime Minister just refused to back his Chancellor staying in her job. Interesting. Next headline. Boris Johnson's back in the news, man. The former Prime Minister used a colourful language in an interview with news website Delphi. Mr. Johnson is known for his vocal support for Ukraine and was leading the UK when Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022. During the interview, Mr. Johnson reflected on the end of Britain's own empire and said that Mr. Putin needed to understand Moscow was no longer an imperial power either. This is what Boris Johnson said. He needs to understand that Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, none of these countries are part of the Russian imperium anymore. And nor is Ukraine. It's over. No more empire, Vladimir, you expletive idiot. Excuse my language, okay? That's basically what Boris Johnson is saying. His comments come as Russia has claimed to have taken 2 villages in eastern Ukraine. The country's defense ministry claimed its troops had taken control of the villages of Yantan in the Donetsk region and Kalinov in the Kharkiv region. Its claims have not been verified, but that's what the narrative is. Last headline, MPs will today debate a change in the law proposed by a bereaved mother who believes that social media may hold crucial clues to her son's death. Jules Sweeney was 14 when he was found unconscious at home in April of 2022. His parents and friends who saw him earlier that day said that there were no signs that he was depressed. A coroner found that he took his own life, but that he probably did not intend to, as he was unable to confirm he was in a suicidal mood. His mother, Ellen Room, suspects that he may have taken part in an online challenge. She has spent 2 years trying to get access to his social media accounts, but says that the tech companies have made it very difficult. Her petition to allow bereaved parents or guardians to access a child's full social media history attracted 126,000 signatures, known as Jules Law, and this will be debated in Parliament later. What do you guys think about that? You think that's something that these social media companies should really withhold from parents? The histories, you know what I mean, like the child's history.
There's privacy laws against all that shit.
Yeah, but because they're dead though, the child.
So what, they ain't got no rights no more.
No, they don't. But do you feel like if the need is for her to maybe get some clarity on a particular thing?
What if there's nothing there that you're looking for?
Yeah, then there's no harm in it.
Then you infringe on my privacy for no reason.
Yeah, but you know the dead person don't know. Because I don't know. I'm assuming that obviously the mum just feels like the social media company is basically just hiding certain things that they potentially could be blamed for. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't give people access to people's social media once they're dead.
All right.
I think that's rude.
Well, that's somewhat, not entirely, but it's somewhat linked to the topic of the day.
People don't. If people wanted to if people wanted you to have access to their socials, they would have shared their password with you.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it?
True indeed.
So, I don't know. All right, cool. Let's get into what you're saying. Topic of the day.
All right.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day is about revelations after death. Brent, there's a video that I want you to play. The first clip, and basically this is about somebody that I think at the time, in fact, I'm pretty sure that Esther spoke about when it actually happened. So trigger warning first. Let me give everyone a quick trigger warning. Some distressing information, but basically. At the time, I believe Esther was telling us about this dancer by the name of Twitch. What's his name? Something. Sorry, let me get his name so you guys can fully know who I'm talking about. Stephen Twitch Boss, I believe. Stephen Twitch Boss. And basically, he's got a wife called something Holker. What's her name? Sorry. 1 second, guys. Alison Holker, right? So Stephen Twitch Boss, he was basically one of the top dancers, choreographers, and all that sort of stuff. But he was basically battling a lot of stuff behind the scenes in it. And long story short, he basically, trigger warning again, he committed suicide. So this information's come out now about the stuff he was battling in the private. His wife didn't know, nobody knew, nothing, right? Obviously, he just couldn't take it. Long story short, he committed suicide, done. People are now talking about the fact that his wife's come out to now tell the world all the things he's been battling with, which obviously makes him look some type of way in it. So, Brent, again, the clip, if you don't mind, can you play
Why
that
do you
one?
care? You want them to give the kids people social media once they're dead. You said they're dead. It don't matter no more.
I'm just giving that thingy in it. You know me. Ben, what's the video? But yeah, basically, okay, cool.
Is this the one?
Yes.
Really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out, but it also helped me process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain, but it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known. A moment, I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the
Firstly, let me big up Jackie, because she was the one who sent this to me. Big up Jackie. But yeah, What do you think about that?
No, she didn't even say what it was.
No, I think there's more to the interview. But basically, she's revealed that he had a drug addiction. So we all know now what the situation is. He had a drug addiction and all sorts of stuff in it. So all the paraphernalia, whatever it was, she found bare things in his closet when they were trying to find something for him to wear for his funeral. And so now, obviously, she's come out and told the world about all the stuff she found about this guy. So do you feel like this is one of the things that she should have just kept from the public? Did we need to know that the man was suffering from all this sorts of stuff? Or, yeah. What's your views?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really like no addict sympathizer. Like, why is it like he was? If this is what he was doing, if he was a drug addict and it had an impact on the people's lives around him, had an impact on his own life and stuff like that, and these are like some of the root causes to him taking his life and ending up in the position that they're in. What's so bad about saying it? Why? That's not something sacred you have to keep there. Like, it's like to your heart and that, like protecting that he was an addict. Like if it was something more personal or something like that, then maybe I hear you. But he had a drug addiction. It's not the first one. It won't be the last one. It's not a big deal.
But it's so much of a big deal to him though that his wife didn't know.
Yeah, and he was hiding it. He was a liar. Yeah.
Do we need to know that though?
Yeah, why not? We need to know who the person is. Why are we going to champion someone that's like, yeah, imagine people want to champion him and think like he's this pillar of the community and ready to say, no, he was a liar and a thief and an addict. We should know.
But why though? What does that do for his reputation?
It gives people know the real reputation. So people living around in, I don't want to look up people that are fake and lies. I want to know your real, who you are. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't want to put no one on a pedestal that don't deserve to be up there. Don't align. The things that you do don't align morally, but in my mind, I'm thinking there's people that put people on the super pedestals and they're inspirations. They probably make decisions on their life based upon what they think of other people and things other people done. What's wrong with knowing the truth and who someone really is? Everyone just wants to live a lie.
Interesting. Well, there's two opposing views, it seems, in the chat as well. Yeah, you guys call up. Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, I've just clocked. I was just doing something. You just said just now that you would want her to just free it up.
I never said I would want it. It's just what she done. I said I don't have an issue with what she done. It's not about what I want.
He did ask you if you had an issue with it.
And I said I don't have an issue with what she done. That doesn't mean I want her to do it. I don't care. What? You always want to come screw things in your head and say crazy things to people. Like, I never just tell you, I don't care what I never said what I want you to do. You asked me if I have issues with it. My answer is no. So now what are you trying to say?
Let me finish it.
Go on.
You're so silly because you like to read comments that.
Read comments? I haven't touched my phone. I ain't seen what no one said.
All right.
What did they say?
Cool. What did your academics did? My friend, what did your academics did?
Yeah.
Do you agree with it?
No.
But he's telling the truth.
LeBron ain't dead.
Oh, so that's the qualifier. That's make the difference maker.
Well, you just said it should give out. I told you. You just said we should give people's information when they're dead and make the parents run through their social media and see whatever they like.
No. I was focusing on you just saying it's the truth. I'm a truth teller, and you're alive, and you are talking to other people that are alive, and you're pushing this whole.
If this man was alive and this woman went and done this, it's wrong.
Okay.
But after death, it's all fair game, basically.
Life's for the living. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, he's not here no more. What are we doing?
Mad.
Okay. Interesting.
And you would think the same if he was cheating on her with other women or he had other family. She should also free up the information.
Once you're dead, this should come out, innit? That you like, when people holding secrets, that's why you're holding your web of lies together, because you're alive. Once you're dead, you ain't not afforded that luxury. Once you're dead, everything's on the table. It can come out. We can know what was really going on. That's the whole point. We want to get all the information.
You would think the same for people in your crew that have passed and their girls came out and basically freed up the information about them being scumbags.
Yeah, it is what it is, yeah. Once you're dead, that's it, man. Tell the truth and say them devil.
So you're seeing it as it can, but not necessarily that it should.
No, not that it should.
Why are you talking for him?
No, I'm not.
Why are you talking for him? That was
trying to
understood
understand.
from the very beginning. I want people to know what a piece of this guy is.
Who, me?
Right? Your brethren have passed. They're in the dirt, right?
I don't mix
And
my words.
you
Everybody knows I'm a piece of shit. Everybody knows my mentality and my attitude. I don't mix my words. I don't think I go anywhere and I talk. I say how I feel. Like, I don't care about much. I tell you all the time. Like, it's not my business. It's not my problem. I've got my own problems to deal with and to worry about. What's Esther like to say? I don't take paracetamol for other people's headaches. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when you're alive and you can keep all your sordid stories and your secrets quiet and all that, you're allowed to do that. That's what you want to use your time on. But once you're gone, it's
I
it's
understand
open
one
season.
degree of separation, me talking about your friends, how about your family? Would you apply that same principle or reasoning to your family members?
Yeah, I don't change just because your name's family. I feel how I feel is what it is. If I had in an ideal world, because they're my family and because I'm close to them, maybe I would want it to be kept secret forever. But that's my own personal things because they're my family.
It's so funny because if Esther was here, she would be like, what the hell? When I was there saying that I would do this, that, and the next to the grave, you were there telling me I'm a piece of
What grave?
There's some story that we covered back in the day when she said, if it is I find out that he's cheating, I'm going to basically tell everybody at the funeral that this guy was a cheat.
Yeah, but that stuff happens.
Listen to the contradictory messaging you're putting out.
Why?
When it was that, and it was you and Esther, you were saying that she was bad mind. Now you're saying it's fine.
I'm not saying it's fine. I'm saying it happens. I don't have nothing against it. Like, when someone does at the funeral and then all the kids come up and your secret life and I wouldn't want that for me. I wouldn't want, but it's, you don't get to keep your secrets and stuff in death. You don't get to do all that. Like, it's not, like, you don't get to do all that. Like, whatever's there will like, all the truth will come to the light. Like I'm trying to say, like, it's your life to live how you want to live it. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you want to exude all that energy, keeping all your deep, dark secrets behind, that's what you're allowed to do. Everybody's afforded to do what they want. People are allowed to be presented how they want. But when you're dead, you ain't in control anymore. You get me? You're not afforded that luxury. So if your stuff doesn't come out, happy days, go lucky for you. But if it does come out, it is what it is.
Would you like me to keep your business private even after you've passed, Emmanuel?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Why is that important for you?
I care about it while I'm alive too.
Huh?
Because I care about it while I'm alive too. Plus, it's mine. My business, isn't it?
So why is Margs fine to free up your business?
He's not
I'm
fine
not.
to.
I'm not telling you that I'll do that. I'm talking about somebody else. But you just showed me that video, and I'm telling you there's nothing wrong with what she done. She didn't even get into no detail.
Why is
Is
Margs
there another
fine?
video where she's moving worse than that?
Why is
telling
Margs
that
fine
some really
with
private stuff?
having me freeing up your business, Emmanuel? Because if I now go and tell the world this was what Emmanuel was like really, right? And Emmanuel's Margs is like, go on, Brent. When you find out there's a problem, I need to know who my friends are, you know.
Yeah, but he's not saying go.
Whilst
go,
I'm
go,
alive,
isn't it?
whilst it matters, I need to know who my friends are, you know.
No, you didn't need
Because
to know
when
who
I'm not around, and suppose
you need to know who I am.
suppose
then.
I'm missing, I'm presumed dead. Is it time to free up too?
If you're presumed dead, you're dead, innit?
He's just waiting to pop up. That's what you did. Just waiting for it.
No, because I never said that. That's what I'm gonna do.
You don't even know if I'm dead or not.
Yeah, but now you're taking about. Now you're taking something and pushing
You
it
are
onto me
just a
personally.
snitch.
Okay, I'm a snitch then.
How does it feel?
I don't give a shit. I don't understand what you're doing. Right. I'm a snitch then. I'll snitch. I don't care. Right. That wasn't about. Again, we talk about stuff. You talk about somebody else. You talk about me personally. I don't talk about me personally and my actions. Tell people all the time, do what I say, not what I do. I'm allowed to be a hypocrite. I'm hypocritical in everything. We all are. Don't worry about me and myself and what I'm doing for myself. Like, what I want to do for myself is my business. And how, if I want to do for myself and judge other people off my same actions, that's my business. I'm allowed to do that. It's my prerogative. You know what I'm trying to say? So just because I'm saying it's cool for that doesn't mean that I'll do that. I'll do whatever I want to do. Like, so you understand? Like, and me passing judgment on people, it is what it is. I don't care. So I'm not saying that I'm going to run around and stitch and tell your business when you're dead. But if somebody else told your business when you're dead, what do I care? That's what it means.
Fair. I mean, you're allowed to hold whatever opinion you want to hold, even though it's distasteful, to be honest. Everybody in the room is allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
My morals ain't the same as you lot's.
Fair. How long would it take for you to basically free up people's information or not get onto people who you have relationship with, Emmanuel, if it is that they're moving shady with other people's information?
So basically, would I do that to somebody else if they were doing it to somebody else?
You,
Is that what you asked me?
no. You see how he said he doesn't care if somebody else does it. If you have a good friend, your good friend passes, and the next person that you have access to is freeing up the information, how would you feel?
About my friend. So basically, that person is freeing up about my friend who passed away.
You have two friends,
Yes.
right? There's two people involved in this
Cool.
other than you.
All right.
One of them passes away.
Yeah.
And this next one decides to free up the information.
About
Says
the
that
one
he
who
was a
passed
drug
away.
addict. He was a crackhead. Is that a fight that you want to hear? Is that a hill you want to die? Is that a fight you're prepared to have? Why are you telling everybody he was a crackhead?
No, I would.
What?
Why are you telling people for?
Why are
Did you
thinking
even know?
talking like
No. So no one
such and
should know.
such is going to change his opinion?
No, but I'm telling you, it's just
Why do
stupid
you think that
because
was going to work?
he was a
Because
crackhead.
it worked before? Huh?
He was a crackhead.
Nah,
Why would I
man.
care? I'd feel bamboozled. I'd feel betrayed myself that I didn't even know. We should tell.
Speak math to him, please.
Not.
Go on.
It's personal, man. It's personal business. If he was alive, you're saying you wouldn't want the world knowing.
No.
Why in death when the person can't defend himself?
It doesn't matter anymore.
Nah, man. I can't. No.
And then
Don't
plus,
whisper now, Mags.
and then plus it will help you. It can help you understand certain situations or when you're.
Yeah, but that's for somebody who cares, right? That can understand and process that information. So if I care about my friend who's passed away and I find out this new information, I could take that on and process it. The world don't give a damn about him.
It's not about the world. Him telling you is telling someone.
Yeah, but even that I wouldn't necessarily like. But because of who I am, I know it doesn't go past me, and I know I can just process it alone.
No, but see, that doesn't count. He shouldn't have told you. That's what I say. Are you gonna
No, and
fight? Is that
I'm
a fight
agreeing.
that you're having that because he told you?
No.
Is that a fight worth having?
I wouldn't, right? But I would still feel like you shouldn't tell me. But at the same time, because of who I am, I feel like you just haven't told anybody. That's, you know what I'm saying? But to tell anybody else, to tell the world, to come, nah, man, we can't do that. Nah, man, I don't care if you're dead for 100 years. Let it be dead. You're dead for a reason. Like, nah, man.
Kevin says that he can never do what it is that you would do. He says that if somebody punches you up, then it's on you.
I don't understand.
I'm just reading what he said, bro.
What do you mean?
He doesn't agree with your stance. And he said that if the family punches you up because of what it is that you are like green lighting, then it's on you.
Okay.
Anyway, man.
The lack of shit that I give is crazy. You don't need to understand who you're dealing with.
Let me give you more information about the story, yeah. So basically, yeah, what's happened is, this is what she said. So it was really triggering. It was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet. Again, you guys heard it, that I did not know existed. It was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue about. It was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out, but it also helped me process that he was going through so much, that he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. She then also speaks about, she basically said, he was wrestling with a lot inside himself and he was trying to self-medicate. So basically what he was doing was, he was like smoking weed, drinking or whatever, but he would go where everyone's sleeping to like a shed or something, somewhere in the house where no one knew in it, right? And what she's saying is he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone because he loved everyone so much. This is what she says. But she alluded to him basically being sexually abused by a male figure during his childhood in several of his journal entries. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. So he was dealing with all of that crap, right?
She exposes journal entries to the world.
Well, she's paraphrased them, yeah. She's told us now. So what I'm telling you, yeah, I know because of her, basically. So this is what he was dealing with, innit? That he didn't even want her to know. So she didn't even know that he had gone through the essay stuff, right? She's obviously come out. Basically, obviously, yeah, there's just a lot of conniving bollocks.
And all this context, it makes you understand why he killed himself. And without it, people will be confused.
He's basically saying...
Justifying it.
Yes.
Let me read a bit more. Hold on. So reading Stephen's journals and even going back into the books he had read and the things that he was highlighting and lining, really gave me a better perspective of where he was in life and the type of things he was struggling with. This is what she said. It did have me feel a lot of empathy towards him as sadness for all the pain that he was holding. Let me add in a bit more information. So she's going back and forth with the rest of his family, right? So obviously you see her as a white woman, his family, black family, whatever. And she's going back and forth with them because she made them, the brothers, the siblings, the parents of Stephen Twitch, sign NDAs, right? And she's basically made it so that all of his family can't profit from any interviews, books, articles, or media projects related to him. Everything that comes out about him, she's the sole beneficiary of all of the financial gain.
Ah, okay. So, oh my goodness.
This is what she's done. And she
Does it
made them
change
sign
things?
it. She made them sign it. She made them sign it prior to the funeral. Interesting. So basically, just before the funeral, when she found the stuff in the cupboard, she thought, opportunity. Went to them, made them sign NDAs, then revealed the information.
Why did they sign it?
I don't know. They probably thought he had a nice wife.
Victim blaming again. Like,
What do you mean? Why did they sign it?
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
no one wants to take accountability here. Why would they sign that?
No, but still, man. Come on.
What are we doing there?
where's the accountability for her wrongdoing?
What wrong
Her
doing?
deceit.
What
Her
wrong doing?
conniving.
Whatever. She read in her diary that the family was sexing him up and things. She don't even probably even rate them. What are you talking about?
Wow.
No, but we don't know.
This is good stuff.
I'm just saying.
I know you are.
She's on her own thing, but why did they sign it? They put themselves in that position. You just got to take responsibility for your own actions.
Good morning, Isaac.
Morning. How are we doing?
Blessed and highly favored. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
All right, what are your thoughts?
Just as Eman's wine topic, I'm seeing that subjectively, yeah, what she's done is very morally questionable. But I think just opening the can of what he was going through and men who've been groomed and how they decide to deal with their experiences does speak to what a lot of men are going through nowadays. So I think does initiate some conversations in groups where you might check your weight, be like, he might have spoken about certain things that happened. Be like, oh, bro, are you okay? As opposed to the traditional, oh, we just joke about it and put it under.
Isaac,
And
you're
also-
breaking up. It's choppy.
Oh, okay. Is this any better?
Come on.
You could have done this before.
Wait, I'm gonna try join on my laptop.
No, this
No,
is
it's
much
better.
better.
This is much better.
Don't go.
I thought you were.
Oh, this is better?
Yeah, you
it's
sound
much
like you're
better.
right in here.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No, you sound like a different person.
So sorry, I was, but essentially what I was saying is that as each pick it. Oh, is it bad again?
Yeah, it's a bit
yeah,
choppy.
yeah.
It's cutting in and out.
Yeah.
I'll try to join in.
All right, cool. Just wanted to mention what Stacey said. So basically, Stacey's saying they signed the NDA because she made it so that if they don't sign it, they won't get entrance into the funeral.
They won't get what?
Entry into the funeral.
I wish someone would try and tell me. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, how are they going to stop me? What you going to do?
Impossible.
I'll mash her up. Like, what the hell are we talking about here? Again, it's each to their own. Everybody can do what they want to do in it. And because I live my life how I live it, I don't understand certain people's actions in it. But no one ain't stopping me from going to no funeral I want a Ross Clark go to. You get me? So, cool.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad, man. But yeah, she's got a book out, man. book is
What, you got to tell all, yeah?
Yes, everything. Alison Holker, My Story of Loss, Love, and Embracing the Light. Diabolical.
Yes, smile to people, man.
Diabolical.
No, this
So
is
sad,
from nowhere. But more power to her, man. Go get it, man. You get what you don't get what you deserve in this life, man. You get what you take, man. If they allowed her to put herself in that position and this is what she's doing, and this is what she's doing, man. I don't care. I don't know these people from nowhere. I don't know what you want from me, man. I don't give a shit about these people.
But there's a second clip that I wanted to play as well, yeah. And basically, this guy gives like a summary of basically all the events and stuff and the opinions of the family. Yeah, I may just tell you to stop it halfway in, but yeah.
Weird for trying to tarnish Twitch's name after he's passed away. I hope you get a lifetime of twitches and glitches that never stop. And if you didn't know who Twitch was, he was a very popular choreographer, dancer, producer. He was a co-host on The Ellen Show. He did a lot of stuff. And this was his big mouth wife, who's a widow now because he passed away from suicide December 13, 2022. And Twitch was loved and adored by so many people. He had no smut on his name and really no problems with nobody. So she felt like it was smart to go to People magazine and say that he had a drug addiction and she found drugs before his funeral. First of all, I don't believe you, and you saying this makes it seem like you're covering up something. Number two, his legacy is clean, so you could have kept this to yourself and took it to the grave. But you decided to come out and say it for what? Why would you even want to tell anyone, and he didn't even want to tell you, his wife? Please. And then the reason I really don't believe you is because when they did the autopsy of his body, there was no drugs or alcohol in his system, babe. And then don't y'all have 3 kids together, so why wouldn't you want to protect the image of their father? Like, you're making no sense. Boo, tomato, tomato. And then it came out that at the funeral, you made everybody, including his mother and family, sign an NDA, and you're the one exposing his business. You need the NDA. And then you're trying to paint this picture of you being a sad widow wife on People magazine, and you're with a whole new man a year and a half later. And the crazy part is, now that you tried to come out and tarnish his name, people are coming out telling the truth about you and your true intentions. Your ex-manager said, for over a decade, I put up with so much disrespect and just plain evil stuff from you because of Twitch. I should have dropped you as a manager. I hate that I built you up and fought extremely hard for you to get jobs. Even hiring you as a judge on the show on Bravo, I helped build. Should have let them fire you when you showed your true colors on set and held us up because you could barely speak. Don't act holier than thou with the demons and skeletons you have. Your house is made of glass. I don't have to say a thing. Others are coming for you now. Comfort, one of Twitch's closest friends who he danced with, said, for too long, I've stayed silent, quietly supporting the family, even as I watched this all unfold. Signing NDAs under the disguise of protecting his name only enabled you to twist the narrative. But now enough is enough. Since Steven's passing, your actions have been nothing short of questionable. Within 48 hours, you changed your last name from Boss, which is Twitch's last name, back to Hoker on Instagram, hired a defense attorney, and altered your story about Steven's whereabouts. What is the purpose of all of this? What good does it do to disrespect Steven's family, especially his mother? I've heard the conversations firsthand. The disrespect, the dismissal, the unbelievable behavior toward the woman who gave him life. How could someone who claims to love him treat his family this way? Another close family friend, Courtney, she basically said she was there the moment they got connected, when they got married, engaged, and when he died, she was at the house. She said, this is by far the most tacky, classless, opportunistic act I've ever seen in my entire life. She basically talks about them having to sign an NDA. Even the mother had to sign one, who Allison has been disrespecting this whole time, and basically said not to share anything or ruin his name, as if that was on anyone's mind in the first place. And she said what I said. Here you go, smearing his name and trying to dim his light worse than anybody that you was trying to protect him from. And even Manny Cross, another friend, said, Dear Allison, you have lied for the last time on my brother. He was absolutely no addict. You will say and do anything for $1. An addict, you are the one that was messing with the coke, Molly, and X. I have all the proof. Play with somebody safe. Country boy right here, I don't care. And more people are talking and exposing her, as they should, because it's been weird since he passed away. But this is whack on her end and People magazine. I really can't believe this. Allison Hoker is a loser and really weird for trying to tarnish Twitch's name.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
So it's highly possible that she made all this up.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, she probably does have the journals, though, innit? So if anybody doubted it, she can pretty much, I'm assuming, present them, innit? But potentially, could be all a lie. Nobody knew. The only evidence would be what's written in these journals. But she's a diabolical human being, man. Diabolical. Diabolical.
You have an opportunity, you've received new information.
Say again?
Oh, the camera's on Marks.
Oh.
You've received new information. Are you sticking?
I'm stuck. I could not care less about these people. So maybe that's where my bias goes. If there was a situation that I was invested in or I cared about, I might have a different opinion on it. Told you, I'm allowed to be a hypocrite. But this right here, I couldn't give a flying, to be totally honest with you. So that's probably what it is. Even everything they were saying, I didn't care less. I didn't know who Twitch was till today. And that's their business. I don't give a shit. I don't know what to say to you. I mean, I know we've got a conversation about it, but that's my stance. Like, I couldn't care less what she done.
I think if maybe someone you knew, you wouldn't feel this way.
Yeah, but maybe that was her whole plan in the first place. Maybe she ain't never changed. Maybe she was always a diabolical person. She was always looking for 100%. A way to come up. You get me? Off this man. You get me? So There's another case of the white woman using the
Another.
black man.
All right. Maybe I'll move on to something else that you will engage with. 1.5 years after he has died, you had a problem that she's with another man.
Yeah, that's diabolical, man.
How about you?
No,
Get
man,
on a roll.
you got to move on, man.
So you disagree with Emmanuel?
Disagree with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's she supposed to do? Stay single forever?
Yeah.
Did you say yes?
Stay married to the man.
Why?
Once he's dead.
Yeah, precisely.
Good morning, Jackie.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that foolishness either.
No, I'm joking.
Morning.
No, before you speak, I do want to know, Emmanuel, why you thought it was diabolical.
No, I was joking. It's me kind of adding that to the image of who she is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, she just moved on, didn't give a damn about him anyway. You're thinking, like, the man just died. You're preparing for a funeral, and you're
What
first.
just died?
A year and a half.
A year and a half, yeah.
I didn't finish. What I'm saying is he had just died, but then your first thought was to present NDAs to the family. You know what I'm saying? That speaks to the type of person you are. So adding the fact that you've now moved on and started this, like all of this just speaks to somebody who didn't give a damn about him. That's kind of how it sounds to me, innit? So.
Good morning, Jackie.
Morning.
What are your thoughts?
Before we found out further information, am I echoing? Before we found out further information, I think Black Twitter or whatever was going deep on her, saying that she's betrayed him and betrayed his legacy. But one, what's the difference between her and Jamal Edwards' mum? Jamal Edwards, I forgot what he did.
SBTV,
He did a lot.
Yeah.
But his mom exposed that it was of a drug overdose or whatever it is, you know, and then we're getting to understand that people can die of drug overdoses, not intentional suicide, but those things that it gave us some form of educational value after his death posthumously. It wasn't that an opportunity for her as well to raise awareness. But the way Black Twitter was going on was like, she's betrayed him. That's why you don't marry Wahite people and all of that. But again, isn't that our problem where in death, sometimes you ask, although you might be insensitive, how someone died. No, you can't ask how people died, or we're not going to tell you they just died. But there's no lessons learned from that. Whereas now, you can maybe see Twitch. One, it can give awareness and make other people stand up and say, look, I struggle with addiction as well because I'm trying to mask depression. So now the aftermath of this conversation is, yes, she was bad mind, but now high functioning depression people, there's now doctors online saying this is what it looks like. He's a prime face of high function depression, and this is what you can do to prevent suicide.
I think I hear what you're saying, and I think if it comes from a mother, somebody that you know loves the son or the daughter and acts in every capacity to make it about their awareness to the community so that people don't find themselves in a similar boat, that's different. But if the mother came out and said, everybody else in the family, friends of Jamal Edwards, none of you talk about my son. In fact, if you want to, sign this NDA so that I get first dibs on anything you make about him, right? Then reveals a tell-all book about his life, talking about he was struggling with drugs and got sexually abused as a child, which nobody knew about. All of these things, if the mum did that, then that's a different story. But Jamal Edwards' mum, not one single person alive doubted her motive. It was to help.
Yeah.
It was
Motive,
love.
yeah.
It was love. You
Understand.
know what I'm saying? This woman here, this does not look like love. This looks like an
No,
opportunist.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
but
the difference. Like,
but
no
after
one
we
needs
got
to
more
know. No one
information-
needs to know about the man being sexually abused. Even if you did want to talk about the
Yes,
drugs,
that's right.
the sexual abuse stuff, the very thing that he didn't want you to know about,
Yeah.
you tell the world in a book. She's an animal.
But she's his next of kin.
And an animal, yes. And
But
that was his biggest mistake. The only thing I
Yeah.
learned from this is that men,
100%.
be very vigilant with the people you want to spend the rest of your life with, because they will destroy you in the
Precisely
life
when
and
you're white.
afterwards. Huh?
Precisely.
Man, if this information being released specifically relating to the deceased being sexually assaulted, trigger warning, and if that saves a young boy's life who has gone through a similar thing and was thinking about ending it, but is now going to have a conversation with his boys or some people that can help him, is that not a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing, but then I'd ask, aren't there people who are alive? Aren't there other stories from other people that this young boy could also learn from? Why does this man who's dead, who can't defend himself? No, because what I'm trying to say, we can use that excuse for anything in the world. Anything. There's certain things that people want to keep private. And as a human being, you deserve the right to choose what you want to keep to yourself. He did, unfortunately, he couldn't deal with it.
While you're alive.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And if you care for him, you should have a similar intention. The man basically risked his entire life to keep it a secret. That's how important it was to him.
It's not important, it's how shameful it was.
Yeah, but it's also important that no one knows. It's
It's a
shameful.
shame.
Yeah, but it's important that no one knows though. That's the part you have to add on too.
Nah,
Why do we not
he
treat
could
this
have
like
helped. He could have
how?
helped more. That's just it's in shame
So should we
and
basically say,
embarrassment. He could have helped more if he was vocal with it.
okay, cool. So
Why
basically
are
we
y'all
should say
putting the
to people,
responsibility on someone who was assaulted? Like, what are we even talking about?
this is what I'm
Like,
saying.
why are we not treating this like, you know how when also hi, good morning. You know how when people say you shouldn't out people, like when people are gay, like you shouldn't out them. Why is this not? And in no way am I comparing what's going on here to anyone being gay, but understand I'm comparing the idea of outing.
No,
Why
but you
is
should
this
though,
not?
especially if they're hiding it and they're sleeping with women
No,
and stuff,
no,
unprotected and
that's
stuff. You should out them.
that's not what. Whoa, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that the how people negatively view the idea of outing someone. How is this not equally yoked?
Tell the truth
Like this
and
is
shame the devil.
outing their
Because he
experience, and
died.
I'm not hearing the example either of there's an echo.
So someone
Can y'all
mute
hear?
your
Isaac,
video, please.
can you mute it, because obviously it's getting feedback from your channel.
I'm good now, I think.
Yeah, that's better.
No, it's still echoey, but it's better. Anyway, I don't want to hear the example of, oh, he's dead. You can't, because a person's dead, their secrets can come out. It's not just about that. Like, the man has children. Like, I don't know if y'all know anybody who I heard this. I first became akin to this at the last funeral I went to, which was actually the first like close loss I experienced. I have an aunt who is very intentional that she doesn't do viewings because to her, she likes the last memory of that person not to be their body cold and in a box. Like she wants the choice to be able to remember them for all the good things versus her last image of you being you laying dead with makeup. Like, think about his children, his family, all the people who he left behind that will unconditionally love him. I think we also need to abandon this idea that your spouse will unconditionally love you. No, it's actually very conditional. Like your parents, your children, siblings, maybe like those people who actually unconditionally love you. Think about those people, not people who have the option to just think of you as a fleeting memory and move on with their lives. Like, I don't understand how we're not operating from a place of negative immediately. No one in a time of grieving should have enough foresight to be able to think capitalism first, so much so that they organize with lawyers to have NDAs as sign-in sheets at a funeral. That is sick.
That's normal. Bare people do that. Especially people with money and stuff like that. The second person gets
Is
they're not even
Beyonce?
cold in the grave and people start doing maths. This is life.
Please.
It's human nature.
Please. If
Facts.
this was someone who
You ain't got no inheritance. That's why you don't business.
no, if this was someone like, and I'm not saying that only Beyonce, the likes of Beyonce can get away with egregious things, but if you don't routinely have NDAs at your events, why are you having it at your funeral? Especially when you're dead. Let's be for real.
I don't know, man. I like history.
Are we shooting,
With history,
ignoring the
with people that
message?
died and people's memoirs and manuals and stuff, even with history, all the information is important. There's stuff that's came out about people that you would never have known in life. It's because they're dead and we can go through their stuff and we can learn all this stuff. Why it happens, it helps. It's part of the world. It's what happens. You're not afforded that luxury of keeping your secrets once you're dead. If you're lucky enough that you got people around you that are living, that are prepared to hide them for you, then okay, cool, that's on you. But it's not a given. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's definitely not a given, but with that argument as well, someone could just make up stuff about somebody.
Yeah, well, if they're lying, that's different.
I'm sure she
you know what I mean?
so I'm sure she's seen him take drugs before. Let's not lie about that. And she's probably joined him as well doing that. Everyone's people's own. Like you live with him. He's only how much can you say you didn't go into the closet? Forget all the other things that she's revealed and his personal journal, etc. Are we? Question for Stacey: are we shooting Are we ignoring the message because of the messenger? Because there's some lessons to be learned with high functioning depression, people with depression that are abusing drugs, i.e. abusing in terms of they're taking it to numb a pain and not for recreational reasons.
Okay, if that's the
we
case,
lost any lessons learned from that?
If that's the case,
What
to
message?
me,
Like there literally is.
So if this is what a high functioning depression person looks like, and I could be a high functioning depression person, and knowing that he's passed away of that, I've now found a face to my issue, and then now I think there could have been an opportunity for people to learn, especially the Black community, in the entertainment industry. But we completely missed it because of the Wahite in her and the way she's done it.
I don't think it's that, because someone who is intentionally trying to share that kind of message leads with that kind of message.
Exactly.
Not, I'm going to tell you all your business, and I hope that through his experience, you learn. No, it's, listen, like, first of all, it wouldn't be for profit. Second of all, you're not going to have a situation like this where family is not going to be supported if that's your messaging. So you wouldn't have them sign NDAs so that you can control the story and absolve yourself of anyone correcting you as to whether or not that might have been their experience. Thirdly, if it was high functioning depression, there's ways that you can say that without airing the etymology of this high functioning depression. You can say someone is in a dark place without painting a picture of what the dark place looked like or came from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not, and then if that's the case, at minimum, if you're going to be slimy in the name of trying to teach people a message, at least donate the proceeds of the book to a depression foundation. What are we talking about?
Nah, man. People just love gossip too much, man. I think that's what it is. People just love gossip. Every day, just want to hear about people's business. Like the man didn't want nobody to hear about it. Let the man rest in peace, man. That's all. That's all it is. Nobody needs to know that the man was struggling with drugs. Nobody needs to know that he was sexually abused. None of these things. Nobody needs to know. There's ample people alive who are telling their stories. Don't do a bloody Google search.
Also, we need to be more wary of stories that come out of people. When are we going to start holding these magazines accountable for shedding light on these stories in a very gossipy way? Like, there, at some point, you have to say it's tasteless. Like, by all means, sell your book, but like, be so for real. Like, it's just not okay.
Yeah, I agree. The interview in itself, the way it was conducted was bad. But then it wouldn't sell. You wouldn't be talking about it if that was the case.
Right. But that's my point. You're trying to sell. So you go to a platform like People instead of going to a platform like Men's Health Magazine. What you think people who deal with high functioning depression are looking at People to find your husband's story? Let's be for real. Anyway, again, men, if you like, go and marry these white women and look what's gonna happen after you die.
Boy.
Good morning, Tashana.
Oh, good morning.
What are your views on this?
So,
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on the matter are, I don't think it's a given that his secrets had to be held. I think it would have been preferred. But one thing I've learned from myself sort of having a diary of mine read by someone that I didn't want it to be read by is the things that you wouldn't want people to know or wouldn't want people to read. This whole diary thing, oh yeah, write your secrets in there, nah. Because it can be so daunting if you lose that or if someone gets a hold of it or whatever. So the things that are more personal to you, just try and process it in your mind, in your head, instead of putting it down on paper. I'm not necessarily blaming him, but I kind of live my life as, I don't really hold on to expectations of people too tough. Like, I can't control what other people are going to do. But I know that this mind, this brain, this head, whatever is more personal or more sensitive to me, I'm going to just figure it out in my brain and in my mind.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I think for me personally, that would put me off writing diaries and journals, you know? The fact that somebody could just mind my business.
I said that in the
If
chat. I
you
said
write
this
a
is why
diary or a
black men
journal,
don't want
it's
to be
of the
vulnerable.
someone's going to read it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you wrote it for someone to read it. What the hell are we talking about? You're gonna dead. Someone's gonna find your book. Like if you keep these things, like you wrote it for someone to read it. You're getting it off. You're getting shit off your chest. You wrote it there for somebody to read it. Like that's a fact. Whether you realize it or not. Like this is foolishness. What we're doing here. Like
does everybody
read people's
on the
journals.
panel agree with that?
Who gives a fuck if anyone agrees with me? We read people's journals all the time.
That's true.
Do you not read people's journals all the
So
time?
you
What did
think
they write
I
them
wrote
down
it?
for? She was right. If you didn't want no one to see it, you'd keep it in your ass crack head.
I don't know
But no,
what
the
you're
thing
saying.
is,
I don't know
I'm
what
saying
you're
that.
saying. Does that same
I'm
go with
saying
your
that
phone?
from
Huh?
Same go with your phone?
No. Why? It's not a journal. I don't. What's in my phone? I don't
You
write
can
shit down.
journal on the phone. It's the same thing. It's just a different
Yeah.
form of.
I don't have no diary. I don't write no personal. I don't write
I know
shit
you
down
don't.
like that.
I am aware you don't.
So when you ask me about my phone, I'm thinking, what's the fuck's on my phone? What are you talking about?
You just said just now, anybody who basically journals wants somebody to read it.
Eventually, yes. That's why you're documenting it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
You can
I
go
don't
in a book.
agree
You can
with
go and
that.
buy people's journals and people's diaries from the past. What the hell do you think
Yeah,
that was for?
people like Martin Luther King.
Okay,
What are you
fine. So
talking
what
about?
then? So what do you think he was writing for? For nobody to see it?
Wait,
Nah,
So,
What the hell are you
do
talking
you not
about?
tell
You're
people
conflating
things?
things.
Do you not tell people things in confidence?
What?
Or does that not make sense
That's
to you?
true.
Because once you say it to someone, expect it to get out, even though you told someone in confidence. If you don't believe it's gonna get out, you shouldn't say it out of your mouth.
Yeah, more fool you. The stuff that I would take to the grave, I ain't telling a soul. It's foolproof. No one ain't never gonna know. More fool you about tell people in confidence. What confidence? Why you got
that's why
confidence in people
black
for? Like, you
men
shouldn't have
cannot be
expectations in people.
vulnerable.
Humans are sick. You can't trust them. So that's on you. Anything you tell to someone and it gets out, you can't be just like, look in the mirror. You can't be blaming someone. Oh my God, I told you. You shouldn't have told nobody. Shouldn't have told a
But
soul.
to Stacey's point, this is why, and Esther's point months ago, if you can't help yourself as men, then what can we do as women for you? If sometimes the best thing is to get it out, and you're saying, no, if the vulnerability is there, that's the whole point. You're going to be vulnerable, but praying that you tell someone that you trust that can hold it in confidence. So you should have someone who can say that if I
God.
say X, it's never going to get out.
Tell God. Yeah. Go and
And
read
why
your
are you
book.
going
Go
to
and
tell
read your
him
book.
if
Go
you
and
found
read
my
your
book, why and I trust you, why are you going to tell the world what's in my book? It wasn't for you. It was for me it was a therapeutic form of releasing things.
If it
You've
was
now
good,
found
innit?
it.
Didn't they give?
Yeah, it felt good.
Didn't
And I
they
didn't
sell
want
it
to
in
throw it
Frank's
away.
journal? The
Or
fuck are we talking
No,
about?
Anne
I'm even
Frank is
learning
different. Martin Luther King is different.
every time I see these situations, not to harp on what reason 36 why we shouldn't be marrying white people. Every time I see these stories, it always reminds me like of if in the event that
Ghana
someone
is
I know
wicked. You don't keep
fall in
selling this
love.
dream to make a man think that they
No,
could marry black women and
it's
this shit wouldn't happen.
it's white women.
You
No, I'm
are
sorry.
sick in your skull.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
sorry.
right.
I just fear. I at this point I even need to journal about it because I just have a list of things that if you should marry a white person, you should have written very detailed, not just in your prenup, but in your will. There are certain things when it comes to finances, when it comes to things that you own that you don't want to be shared, when it comes to custody of your children. I have seen, even in my
Access as
own
well, yeah.
family, people who marry white, have kids, die early, and their kids, the white spouse takes the kids and does insanity with these children. And you
Yeah.
cannot intervene as family on account that custody things were not in order in terms of shared custody with family in the event something happens to you.
Whereas a
I'm
black
sorry, but
woman
yeah,
typically would even for the sake of her own peace would say, no, that's my husband, that's the father of their children. They must see the family, they'll go and see the grandma. The grandma will cuss them out and they'll still endure it because they know that they want to stick to the man's legacy.
it's not even about legacy. It's, if nothing else, it's for your children's
Yeah,
sake.
for the children, the
Like,
legacy of the man that's gone, the relationship with the family.
at minimum, black women would assume the same, even though it's not their experience, they would assume the shame of their late husband and say, you
The
know what,
shame.
even
Yeah.
if it's for my own embarrassment, why would I be going and telling how my husband was sexually abused, was doing in the house that I stayed in? Impossible.
Seen in the cupboard with him. But even black women would even hide a side baby, a love child, and keep it a secret. No one would know apart from the immediate family after death.
You don't need to live a little bit. I know some wicked black women.
This
but
is not-
yous
this
are
is not true,
sick.
Jackie, though.
The things that you are saying is crazy.
I've seen-
You are telling like these man.
Yeah, it's not true.
I've seen black women, and only the intimate, immediate people know that there's two other side children. Or if they do it in
I tell you
dignity
all the
and
time,
not
man is
in a
dog and gal
salacious
is
way.
wicked. That is not
You know
based
what,
on
Mars?
race
I'm
and
not
color.
saying that black
That
women
is not. I promise you,
don't do
don't let them
nonsense.
trick you into a false sense of security,
But
boy.
Wahite
These
women do
gal
more
is
nonsense.
wicked at it.
No, my thing is black
Fucking
women
hell.
will also do nonsense. But at least the black women who are doing nonsense, they will even tell you that it's nonsense and stand on that business. White women will act like what they're doing makes the most sense in the world.
And it was for you.
You're the crazy one for thinking what I'm doing is incorrect. Like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, but it will still be done. Like both
But
of you
a
did it.
black woman will tell you. A black woman will tell you, "This is my experience. I
Yeah,
feel like
that's true.
they'll tie the reason for doing it to them versus
Diabolical.
putting it on the dead person. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, it's true. This is why you keep it in your head. That's it. Keep it in your head.
Anyway,
This is why
It's a
black
damn
men
shame.
or men in general commit suicide more than women. Because you're keeping it in your head. So
Yeah,
journal.
but then when the
It's
man's
not
dead now,
about.
you just benefit from everything and destroys everything about him.
Not a black woman.
I don't.
What? All right.
I don't think that you should be.
I don't know what to say. Alive, they will destroy you.
We're loyal even to death.
Sorry. Are we just shooting from the hip? Do we have any evidence that black women have ever done this in history?
Done what?
Done what?
What?
They
Spoken up?
don't.
What Emmanuel is saying that black women definitely.
I know of people just like what you just said, Jackie. We know of people who have found out about secret lives and all this sort of stuff of men, and the women have exposed it afterwards, at their funerals or afterwards. Like, it's happened.
Marx has said it's fine to do that though.
No, but that's not the question you asked. You asked, have we seen where black women do that? Of course they do.
Fair.
They, of course. Don't get me wrong, guys. I agree with you that I do think that part of our culture, there's something about us and how we would maybe do it to some degree, especially if it was like famous people. They wouldn't do this. I don't think they would do
Black
this.
people have
at all.
shame.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
part and package of
white
the,
friends.
But to
the funeral
suggest that
entertainment.
nothing
you
will
get
come
that.
out, that's a lie.
Oh, so for this particular scenario, black women wouldn't do it.
Like this.
No, not in the way
yeah.
she's
Fair
done
then.
it.
Not like this.
Fair
Not
then.
at all.
All
Not
right
at
then,
all.
they're correct then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's only the whites, the Wahites. What did you say?
Wahite.
Wahiti. All right. Good morning, Kevin. What are your thoughts? Please keep it cute. Hello. All right. Never mind.
Brent, you can't hear him?
Oh, sorry. I think I blocked him from before. Hold up.
You gotta stop muting
That's
people, Brent,
crazy.
because you're messing it up.
Just,
Can you hear me now?
calm down. I can hear you now. Thank you very much. I
Ah,
apologize. It was from yesterday.
So what I'm saying, what we don't have shade bar, no? We don't have these platforms where there's bare shaming of man, and they're mainly women platforms
Mm.
in our culture. That's not a thing.
Not from a woman that is still married to the man and loves, quote unquote, loves the man. As Stacey said, it's the motive behind it. So
She
whereas
don't
a
love no
shade
man.
barrel
She
might
got a
be of
new
your
man.
ex, she did love him apparently.
Who?
There's not like she
Listen,
was him.
I
I'll
say
be
this
real
on
with
all
you.
women.
Gal
Y'all
tendencies
love
are
us
gal
until
tendencies, yeah. Culturally,
Exactly.
we're all different. So there's things that we've raised and that we see differently. Like culturally, we're all different. And so race will play a part in that. Like there's behaviors that white people have that black people don't have, and rest is there. But gal is gal, and gal is wicked across the
wicked.
board.
Tell him
Black,
again.
white, Asian, whatever. You are all capable of the same fuckery. So now this is here sitting there and I'm telling you, yeah, this is why you don't get a white woman. You're gonna trick yourself and get with some next evil black woman. And this is crazy. Gal is gal, bro.
You don't love us
This is
until you
what
don't
gal
love us
do.
no more.
Don't listen to their nonsense.
Has anyone ever told you those who don't listen must feel?
Yeah.
Okay,
Jada Pinkett.
take that one.
I grew up in a black
Know what I'm
community.
saying?
I've grew
Hey,
up and
Jada
heard stories
Pinkett,
about
thank
women
you,
doing all
Brent.
things within my life. Before that, now, when the older you get, we're more multicultural. Back then, it was strictly black people. Strictly black people. That's what I grew up around. And I've heard all types of stories. Women is capable. I don't know what you are pretending about. This is nonsense.
Exactly.
What were you expecting to hear if you grew up around all black
We're
people?
all
Why would
black.
you hear about white stories?
No, but we're saying that the stories we hear came from within our community, black
But have we
women.
ever painted? Have we ever painted? See, maybe that's the fallacy that men experience because You guys always immediately go to comparatives. We never said that black women were angels.
No,
We
you
just
said a
said stay
black
kinda
woman
away
did.
from
wouldn't do
white
it.
women.
You said a
You
black
kind
woman
of
wouldn't do it.
insinuated that that's where you was getting.
Come on,
Exactly.
Stacey.
Yeah,
We
you
heard
kind of
you.
did.
Come on, Stacey.
I'm
Let me
just
You
We
saying.
heard
kind of
you.
did.
Never,
That's exactly what you did.
I never
That's
said
true.
Take
black women
accountability,
can do
Stacey.
absolutely
Were
no
we here all
wrong.
day?
How can I take accountability for something I didn't say? I never said black women can do absolutely no wrong. That's not at
But
all what I
No, but
said.
you wouldn't
Stacey,
say that. We
Never
I
know
said
that's not
that.
the
said
case.
what I
but
said.
Stacey,
Yes.
you made it seem like the foolproof method to have this never happen to you, yeah, is just make sure you date a black woman.
No.
That's
Exactly.
how you came across.
Tatiana, make
No.
sure you call up again every day, please.
Crazy,
I'm
crazy PR.
I'm so sorry if that's how that came off. Or let me not say if, that's a fake apology. I'm so sorry that
You guys do that too.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that that is how that came off, but that is not what I was trying to say. When I say we should avoid white people at all cost, it's not to say that black people are completely without fault. It's that the fault is guaranteed with white people. Always.
So,
Something
so is
always goes
Jada,
awry.
so is Jada Pinkett an anomaly? Yeah.
I'm not saying she's an anomaly. Black
No,
women
she's
have
saying
their
it.
shortcomings too. But the shortcomings of white women are avoidable.
I think everybody has their shortcomings. I just think I probably agree with you that it's better coming from your own, isn't it? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, after the fact when this stuff happens, like, it can leave a bad taste in your mouth. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? That, and it's more palatable coming from your own. That's why you should stick to your own kind of thing. But I just think everybody's capable of the same thing, if I'm honest. But I hear where you're coming from.
Somebody
Be
in the
sweeter.
chat
It'd be
explained
sweet.
it very
Like,
well.
it'll taste sweeter coming from a black woman. It might be the cool planting and thing.
Somebody
You know
in
what I'm saying?
Natty in the chat explained it very well. She said, to be fair, if I didn't know the race of the woman we were talking about, she would assume that she was white. Y'all say all the time that sound like some white people shit. Because it do be white people shit. There are things that white people do that it's like, wow, y'all live in bizarro land, but this is so normal for y'all. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
black people's stuff be a little bit different. So again, when it comes to when white people start to get to white peopling, it's not shocking, but it's like this is. I don't want to say blame him for what his wife did. I don't want to say that's the bed that he laid, but I do hope when black men see this, or when I do question when black men see this, why they still continue to cape for white women. Like the odds
Do you
are this
think
is
he
going
would
to be a
have got
situation
there?
for you.
Stacey, do you think he would have gotten there quick at the pace he got to in terms of his career success if he had a black woman by him? Do you think that sometimes it's like a trade-off and you think the good outweighs the bad? At least they'll open certain doors for me, even if it's not them that connected me, just their presence alone. You know that sometimes having a Wahite business partner just makes
I'm
your
not
company
sure.
look a lot.
I'm not
You
sure
know,
if his wife's in like how
had that
in hands
privilege.
on his wife was with his line of work. So I can't say that he would have been
But
further in
just
his
going on the
career.
Ellen show, being on the Ellen show, imagine a black couple being on the Ellen show, working on the Ellen show.
But was she involved when he was on Ellen?
Just her knowing that I've got a white wife at home, they can eat bangers and mash together if Ellen came over. Do you know what I mean? Rather than chitlins and stuff.
I don't know. I don't think that made a difference too much with in terms of his partner. I just think
it does sometimes.
It never makes any difference. It don't make no difference. You are what you are as a man. It's about your
in
positivity.
terms of the entertainment space and then how you can break out of the black space. Look at all the black actors, for example, in Hollywood. How many of them have broken out into the white space or the just general Hollywood rather than black Hollywood that have black partners? So
I
look
don't think
at
that makes a difference because there's a lot of black men
think?
with white wives who are thriving in the black space, and we just don't be know about their
No.
wives.
No, but are they also thriving in Hollywood, mainstream Hollywood? Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
So how many black coupled actors are in the Hollywood mainstream space versus blacks with non-black wives or non-black spouses? So look at Morris Chestnut.
many.
He hasn't broken out into Hollywood, mainstream Hollywood.
Nothing to do
Most
his
of
wife.
mainstream
acting.
Sorry?
Denzel,
Ain't Denzel got a black
Denzel,
team?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Will Smith had a black
apart from
team.
those two.
Idris Elba's got a black team.
Like, look at what Will Smith went through. Look at what Kevin Hart went through. Look
Kevin
at
Hart's got
how
a
the
black
hunt for
team.
black men.
There's bare
Look at
men
how
with
the
black gal in
hunt for
Hollywood.
black men has
Yeah.
been for the
You
last
just want
5
to focus
years
on the ones
or
with white
so.
things.
You
The hunt
can't
for black men in power has been rapid for the last 5 years. There's
you
been
can't
nothing but
pin Kevin
outings.
Hart when his marriage ended because of
Has
infidelity.
Now you're
all
changing. Now you're
men
moving the
cheat.
goalposts. No one ever said these men are faithful. Man, I said this gal's black.
And he's married now to a black woman.
But you're saying that his black woman would give him drama, but he's the reason the drama that you're saying that the wife gave him. He cheated.
I never said nothing about drama. I
We
must have
didn't
jumped
say
into
that.
the
We
wrong
said
part of
she
the conversation. I
exposed
wasn't
them.
talking about that.
Who
He
exposed it?
exposed them.
Kevin Hart's ex-wife?
Yeah, she talked about it. Didn't she talk about it?
Is he not alive?
That's not the point. The point is whether or not the behavior will be the same way with or without any type of woman. Because woman behavior is woman behavior. Gal is wicked, like Mark's done said. And the majority of gal will do the same thing, whether or not man's dead or alive.
Okay. Those who
We've
don't
seen that.
listen must know. As for me in my household, I will not be feeling the repercussions of making white decisions.
Damn.
Good morning,
It's a white
Chrissy.
decision.
Right decisions, you know.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
What are
How are
your
you?
thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I get what Stacey's saying. I put it in the chat. I feel like, given the historical context of the level of consequences black men suffer at the hands of white women, I think this is where obviously the narrative comes from. So no one's saying that black women are not like immune or don't do certain things or whatever, but I think the higher consequence for black men in history as it pertains to white women, the fact speaks for themselves.
Really?
That's why there's this narrative. Who said really?
Kevin. That's hard
Kevin.
to. That's a hard point to argue, Kevin. Surely.
No, it's not a hard point to argue. Let's look at the current dynamic of the world that we live
Not
in.
current, because she said history. She
I
said
said
historical.
in historical context, Kevin.
Okay,
Please.
so historically,
Are we trying
now,
to say that the consequences for black men in history at the hands of white women has not been dire for you men? Is that what we're trying to say right now?
historically, yeah, right now, the biggest consequences for the black family and black households is black women who have put black men out of the house. That's historical.
You're
You
changing
want to
the
go
argument.
historical? No. Consequences of behavior when it comes to dealing with women, historically, right now, the biggest problem that we have is black women putting black men out of the house. So let's not act like say somehow black women are immune for behaviors, because they ain't.
Do you agree,
You're
Manya?
changing the entire conversation.
Sorry, Stacey. Do you agree, Manya?
Why you bring this to me, man?
I'm making conversation.
No, but let them talk, and then we get to the crux of the matter, man.
Kevin has said something, right? Because I agree with Christy here. There's a history behind this. White women and white men have been mashing up black men for the longest while. White women specifically. You understand?
100%.
I'm telling them things there. So when he said what he said, the biggest problem now is black women kicking black men out of the house. Do you agree? I'm just asking, do you agree?
No, but we're talking about historically, though. This is what Christy's talking about.
Do you agree with what Kevin just said?
About historically? No, the biggest issue is definitely, white women. We've seen that.
So you disagree?
Yeah, I guess so, man.
Kevin, man, Emma disagrees with you.
It doesn't matter, man.
And the problem was the way it was done in it. It's not just like some vendetta that white women have against black
that's why I
women.
said the
It's
narrative
that they
comes
was
from.
playing with the black man and enjoying the black man, yeah, and then getting caught and getting shamed and then lying and making man get persecuted. You know what I'm trying to say?
You hear that, Kevin?
That happened too. But what I also said happened, and it's happening, and it's been one of the biggest problems in our community.
I mean,
Izzy just dropped an example in the chat in support of Kevin, I think. Both of which are wrong in my opinion. I'm saying the dire consequence. Like, hello, Jonathan Majors just went through this, and people are trying to go on like to say that wasn't a narrative.
That is true.
Jonathan Majors is not because of a black woman. He went through what he went through because of whom he was dating, who happened to be a white woman. And that was where, again, the narrative comes up. So it's not like there's a reason why this narrative comes up. And again, that's not to absolve black women and all this. I say dire consequences. This person, this Twitch guy, obviously he's he committed suicide and stuff, and now the repercussions of her coming out and doing this, and that's the narrative that we're also speaking to. But I'm no one's saying that women don't gossip and do things, and yes, women all across all races don't do certain stuff just innately as women. No one's not saying that. I feel like there's an added layer again of the level of which it can come from other races when you're dealing with them. The guy, the boy in Dubai. Like, let's not go on to say if this was between black and black, the boy in Dubai, would he be in jail right now? So I don't know why people are trying to be obtuse about this. No one's saying all women is perfect, but let's be clear, there are definitely dire consequences when you're dealing with other races when it comes to certain things. There is dire consequences. You can be dead or in jail. And I'm not saying that again. I'm not observing black women, but there was a higher, because of the way they view you. It happens. So I don't know why we're trying to move away from that point. Men being out of the house, men being out. I'm not saying that's not an issue. Of course, it's an issue. But then at the same time, when it comes to other races, they can take it to another level.
Question, Marks. This men being out of the house stuff, like, what was he saying? What was his point? Was it that they wake up this one morning, perfect husbands, and they just kicked out?
No, it's probably that they got caught cheating and stuff. They got kicked out of the yard. No, but obviously from within the how can I think this argument? Yeah, from the other side, there's people within our community that don't date out of our community in it, and that stay in the black community in it, and they see the sentiments towards black men in it. There's a whole lot of the arguments that men ain't shit, that like these black men are trash, rest of the day, all these black men do is cheat and whatnot. These are things that have came from within our community. It's the black women that are pushing these, that the black man ain't nothing. Because the whole time
No
they're
way.
pushing it. Yeah, there's a lot. Well, it's not white women or women from other
No
cultures, because that's why
way
people always
that
saying
is
black
your
man are the
argument.
prize. The women from the other cultures are taking the man that are saying our shit and our trash and putting up with their nonsense. The women from the other cultures are taking them, innit? So it must be from within our culture that these narratives are coming from. It has
We're
to
not
be.
questioning where the narratives are coming from. I just find it extremely bizarre that the same men who get on podcasts day in and day out and say it's natural for men cheat, men are naturally polygamous, yada 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 yada, are confused that people are talking about how you're naturally polygamous, and to us that is trash behavior because it doesn't support the neutral family that we're trying to get. That I thought that was the common goal in mind. What are we saying?
Social construct.
Oh, so
You
you
can't
you
say-
said no way because of not exactly because of what Marx was saying, because you agree that it is coming from black women saying it, but the fact that Marx is actually saying it without clarity is what you are refuting.
No, I'm refuting the fact that they're even using that as an example because I think they're starting the argument in the wrong place. If black women woke up one day and just started calling men trash out of nowhere, I might hear your complaint. But you should even you should even be flattered by where the comparison is coming from. We're not saying you're trash because we want you to be trash. We're saying you're trash because we knew how good you once were and something went awry.
You lot. That's what went awry. You lot went awry. Decided that you don't have to have the man in the house no more, so it is what it is.
But why is the man? Let's work from there. Let's work backwards from there. Why is the man not in the house?
Yo, whatever that man did,
No.
the alternative that
Let's
you're
just
providing.
answer the question.
I'm
Why
answering
is
it.
the
The
man not in the house?
alternative that you're providing is worse. Statistically, it means that everything that happens is worse after that. It doesn't matter how many gal he was fucking. It really don't.
So if
It matters about what his position is and the importance of his position to that household. You don't want to throw that throw the baby out with the bathwater because you don't like that he walks some gal.
So if I now kill myself because of how I'm being treated in my relationship, does that support the dynamic that you're trying to build?
I don't understand. You have to expand for me.
You're basically saying that because black women should not kick men out of the household, which to me I don't even understand where that comes from for real. But let's ride this narrative. Black women are wrong for kicking men out of the household without because to you, regardless of what he does, because he's the man in the household, and we should be going for this family dynamic. No matter what you do, you should still remain in your place in the household because that is what's right.
Unless he's whooping your ass, yes.
All right,
So-
hold up. Emmanuel, what do you think about that? And Max, sorry, Emmanuel, sorry. Max and Emmanuel, what do you think about that?
What was that?
Exactly.
Kevin basically said, if a man is cheating, he should still be allowed to remain in the house.
No, Brent. Unless he's beating your ass, he should stay in the house. Don't use the cheating because these are men who support cheating.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
Whose rent is who's paying the
You know
rent?
what it is?
Why is the slander there, Stacey?
Wait.
Yeah.
I'll ask again.
I just think it
I'll
depends.
ask again because I started somewhere on purpose. I will get to the beating. So, if you are with a woman, you and Emmanuel, right, and you're cheating left, right, and center, should you be allowed to stay in the house?
Are you a good boyfriend? Are you in a good relationship? Is it good?
Yes.
Is the
All
home
of that,
happy?
all of that,
Is the home-
Mark.
is the
Yeah.
home together?
Kevin, please, I don't want to
Is the
meet you.
home well put together? Am I doing my job?
Let's just say,
Are the foundations
let's just
built?
say the house bills are paid. When you say, is he a good boyfriend? I don't know what that means. If it is, he cheated.
See, that's why I was saying you're conflating the two things. Like,
No, for her, remember, there's two people in
Brent,
this.
I think we might have identified the problem.
go on.
No, I just got cut off. I don't know how this happened.
No, I
Do
know.
need
I
to
think
mute
you
people?
just
When you gonna
identified
let
the
it
problem.
flow?
Mark
Let her
just
land. Let her
said it.
land.
I should let it land. All right, I'm not
Maybe-
talking again. Stacey, you're on
Maybe
your
the
own.
reason
Go.
maybe the reason why we butt heads on all topics related to this is that we just haven't addressed. Is it that we have two different ideas of what makes a good partner? Because to y'all, you can be a good partner while doing all the things to us is the opposite of being a good partner.
He's not doing nothing
So
to
maybe
you.
we should.
Cheating.
No,
is
you
not-
just said
him
you just.
going out with other guys is not doing nothing to you.
But that's
Exactly.
to me, a good partner is a loyal partner.
Again, men are from Mars,
Someone
guys are
who
from Venus. We
values-
think differently.
Who values the solitude of our relationship.
But E-Man's
and not
told you
having-
that in no uncertain terms multiple times about the benefits of polygyny and all these things,
But-
about the way it used to be. You don't bring the white man's religion
About
over
what men
here
want.
and the West and changing how
You're
we
right.
was raised.
Emmanuel did say that.
Yes, and changing
that's
how
not-
we was raised. So now you've got wrong, different
lot are
expectations. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You have made like, vilified us when it's not true. You get me? You are letting European white man ways cloud your head and giving you false expectations of what men are supposed to be.
You're worried about white men clouding our energy. Meanwhile, you're procreating with white women. But go off anyway.
I'm okay with every type of girl. I'm a black man. I'm
Exactly.
a black king. Any baby I have is a black man. I'm brought on this earth to spread my seed. Jano.
Where's the sound effects, Brent? Where's the sound effects?
You're laughing a lot, Emmanuel.
Oh my goodness.
Is it
Get out
okay
those
if I
sound
chime
effects,
in
brother.
and say something?
Yes, please.
I mean, from listening, when it comes to the whole man-woman argument and like cheating and stuff, the conclusion I've come to, I haven't come to a conclusion actually, because I feel like the woman refuses to sort of understand the man's desires. And I feel like at the same time, the man also refuses to acknowledge or understand the woman's desires. It's like, and I don't know why us as men and women we will put hair together to sort of like try and build lives together, because we don't match. Like, as in, I'm beginning to sort of understand the male's desire towards, okay, wanting multiple women and stuff like that. But to now sort of like expect, like, you know, a large group of women, like the world of women, to sort of bend their minds to align with those desires in order for us to have, like, I don't know, some sort of male ideal world where they can just cheat in peace and whatever. That's also selfish, but I don't know where the middle ground is. But I guess since women are meant to be submissive, maybe in the end we'll follow you guys. But I don't know.
Exactly.
So basically,
Exactly.
Tashana,
You need
please don't take Mark's, Emmanuel, and Kevin's perspective and think it's all men they're speaking for.
Wait. I haven't said a word today.
I'm giving you opportunities.
But
So that means you can slander me.
I'm giving you opportunities
reason
to
why-
speak.
This is what happened to Twitch.
I'm giving you opportunity. He's even used you and your polygamous rant and narrative to support his opinion, and you've said nothing.
I know I don't represent all men. You know what I'm trying to say? I
but
know
the
I say
reason
a
why
lot
I
of the
even-
stuff real men think and wouldn't say in public. I have a lot of
That's right.
Men.
I have a lot of
Who
conversations.
just said that's right?
Me.
Oh, I thought us. Good morning, DCF Mux.
I have a lot.
Discord is trying to get in.
I have a lot of conversations with brothers. I know I say things that people whether agree with
They're just
or at
scared.
lowest level understand, yeah, but they will never say in public. You get what I'm trying to say?
They ain't got
I know
the
your type of people. Good morning, chat with Nat. Good morning, Black Rob.
Brent.
Tashana?
Brent, the reason why I even bring it up is because in life, it almost seems like the cheating situation in relationships is like a huge story along the board. It's always coming up, or where a man is cheating or a woman is cheating or whatever. So I know you said that Margs and
Emmanuel and
Kevin?
Kevin.
It doesn't, but it seems to be a huge topic in life that everyone seems to go through. So yeah. And I don't think that we get anywhere with the either throwing somebody out or using abusive language towards them. Oh, he's a fucking G. Oh, he's a terrible person. He just has a desire that I don't know if it's innate within them. I don't know, but it's a desire that someone has that they want to fulfill to make them happy. But then they also want intimacy. They also want love. They also want connection.
Also, what you gotta understand is the good men, yeah, that don't cheat, just haven't been caught, baby.
Yeah.
So
That's what
Black
it is.
Rob,
there's
Black Rob,
that.
what are your thoughts on this?
The ones that can't, they
Yeah.
just, the ones that haven't, they can't more time.
That's a lie.
Black Rob.
Hi guys, I want to provide a bit of balance because
Quickly before you go, Brett, I know you're gonna get some shit off, and I know you got stats and all that, yeah. And I need you to be honest. Have you ever cheated in your life?
Nah, I haven't, you know.
Come on.
Yeah, liar.
I haven't.
You're
Do you know what?
lying.
At university, I made a conscious decision to stay single because I knew that if I was that was gonna be when I and a lot of my friends ended up cheating on their girls, so I just stayed single the whole time I was at uni.
So you've been single
Let me ask a
your whole
question.
life?
Is that what I said?
I'm asking you.
That's not what he said, bro.
You just said, where'd you get that from?
You said you've made a promise to yourself to stay single since uni, and that's what you done.
That's not what he said.
During uni.
Ah,
Gosh, come on, guys. Alright.
So Black Bro. so hold on.
Could be a conversation if I have to. Go on,
Let's
anyway, what were you saying,
constitute
Kevin?
cheating.
Nah,
Let's
he said-
constitute cheating here.
You
for a
gotta
second.
take his answer for it. We asked him a question, he answered it.
No, just muted Kevin. Black Rob, continue.
Yeah, so basically, I didn't really articulate what I wanted to say yesterday properly, but I think the people like Kevin and Margs are capable of loyalty. It's just that they choose where they want to direct that loyalty based off of how our society, not our society, our community rewards the behaviors that are seen as favorable. So, for example, Margs, would you ever snitch on your boy? Like, if one of your boys, would you ever snitch on him?
for what? Cheating?
I don't know. Cheating, crime,
No.
whatever. Would you ever snitch on him?
No, I wouldn't.
Why wouldn't you
snitch
snitch
on
on
him
him?
for cheating.
Why wouldn't you snitch on him?
What? It's not my. Why? That's why I'm gonna mash up his happy home because he's getting
I'm just asking a question. Why? What's the thought process as to why you wouldn't do it?
Because I don't think he's doing anything wrong.
Okay, cool. It's nothing to do with loyalty.
No. I've said it
Okay,
before. If
that's
his
for
gal
that
was
one,
cheating,
most
if I knew one of my friends and their gal was cheating on them, depending on what type of man it is, I might not even tell him. It's not gonna get me nowhere.
Okay, cool.
I also
cool.
gave the example of crime. It's not just about cheating.
What about crime? What about crime?
Crime.
Snitch the police.
Maybe if he was fiddling with kids or something like that.
Okay, not something like that, but like other crimes though. Would you snitch?
Cool. No, I'm cool with crime.
Why? What's
I'm cool
your
with
thought? What's the
crime. I
reason
don't think he's
behind
doing
it?
nothing wrong. I'm fine with committing crime.
Okay, cool. You throw my argument out the window. Most people,
Completely.
which is fair. I'm being honest. You got me. That's good. Most of my guys that are kind of like killing in quotes. Most of the guys that I have friends that are kind of like
Marg and Kevin, well, more like Marg's in terms of that are from the roads and stuff like that. And most of the time, their argument is that, oh, it's loyalty now. They'll never snake their boy, all that stuff. And then when you ask them about cheating on a girl, that's when they're like, oh, it's okay, whatever. And like, so you're capable of loyalty, but because there's no reward system in being loyal to a woman, you kind of direct all that loyalty towards the man them, but the woman that will hold you down, you don't want to be loyal to.
But
and that's where
there's different aspects of the loyalty, though. There's different aspects of trust. That's why when you cheat on someone, the woman acts like you broke her trust and acts like everything that you've been through in a relationship ain't worth nothing. That's why it's annoying, because that's not true. There's different aspects of trust. I told you that before. You can trust me with your life, with your well-being, with your best interest, to look after you, to provide and build for the family. You can trust me to do bare things. You just might not be able to trust me not to chop a thing one time. That doesn't mean you can't trust me. It's different. You got to understand where you're putting the trust.
It's still loyalty, though, now.
But Margs, you're not considering like what that woman values. You're just basing it off what you value.
Yeah, but I can't help if people want to value
it's not
stupidness.
just about if you're in a relationship, it's about the both of you and what you both value.
No, but you see, leadership, like people that run countries and stuff like that, yeah, it's sort of like, it's not about what you lot think. We know what's right to get the job done, to lead us to the promised land. So you might not be privy to all the information, but you don't need it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like them dictatorships and that. Look, we're talking about Saddam, but once he left, the country went mash up. Didn't like the way he was doing things, but they was prospering and doing their thing.
No
you know
sound effect. What?
So it's the same.
Promised land is in her pussy.
What?
Huh? Like, what are y'all saying?
What did you say?
Y'all said, he just said, we know the right things, but leadership, we want to direct you to promised land. But what promised land is in her pussy? What are you saying?
Go on, speech it. Tell him where the promised land is, bro. The Holy Grail.
No, I'm just saying, to having a good, strong relationship, innit?
Good morning, chat with Nat. Can you unmute your mic and then share your thoughts, please?
I'll share my thoughts with chat with Nat. Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry. I'm at work. What did I want to say?
Your first time caller?
On the it's first time on Discord. Yeah,
she's calling before. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I wanted to say, like, on the Twitch thing, yeah, I mean, I think I agree with the sentiments that the wife was a bit, yeah, I don't know what, because I would assume that the instinct would be to protect your husband, and I understand trying to share, you know, this person was struggling with this, but there's a way that you can do it. And the last thing that I'll say is, this is an unpopular opinion, but I think your spouse is not your relative. So that's why you need to be very careful. Like, the only I have a theory that when things happen to people, like the people that really care about you are most likely your blood relatives, your siblings, your parents, your children. Your spouse is not your relative.
Nah, you married?
Wow, I feel like that's a jam.
It's a jam question.
Not yet.
Iman, do you agree with that?
I think, like most things, yeah, it depends on the context, innit? Because
no,
it's 100% fact. Because sometimes, like, you may find a woman who will do far more than your family would ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality. But sometimes you get exactly what Chat with Nat just said. You know what I'm saying? Where
but that's on you then.
You know, no, that's what I'm saying. We can say this on the person, but if 50% of marriages end in divorce, then it's just half the population. It just means is what it is.
This is dire.
You know what I'm saying?
This is so dire.
So basically, what you're saying is that most of you trust obviously you trust your family, but if you don't trust your wife or your life partner equal, or if to the family that raised you, then yourself prefer you anyway.
No, 100. I definitely get what you're saying, but I think I can see from Chat with Nat's. Let me just say from Nat. Well, I can see from Nat's perspective, because the reality is, Yes, you've got a life partner in a man or a life partner in a woman, but you may get engaged after a year and a half. You get married, you're 5 years into a relationship. But sometimes you've got a brother who's been with you from day dot. You've known your brother for 35 years. You know there's nothing he won't do for you. You know your mum has struggled from day dot. You know there's nothing she won't do for you. So when you're saying,
No, I do get that.
my life partner would, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means the standard is so high. So high. There's like me personally, my mum, I don't think there's anything she won't do for me. There's never been a time in my life I've ever doubted that she loved me. Never. So
your wife now?
I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get you. I do kind of get you.
Yeah, exactly. So I get it from both angles.
Kevin, man, you're bitter, man. Just enough. You're bitter. Gosh.
Sorry, Black Rob. We're not hearing him. Good morning, Isaac.
Oh wait, Brent, there's conversation going on. I don't know if you can hear it.
I'm aware. It's just Kevin.
Yeah, you should stop doing
Oh no,
that.
Black.
Listen, it's just Kevin.
Oh, what? They can hear it.
They can hear it, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait. What do you have a problem with, man?
Because we're missing context.
No, we're not missing context. I asked Isaac what his thoughts are. What you are hearing is what everybody is hearing, right? Whatever's happening behind the scenes, they're being unruly. Do you understand? All right, Isaac. All right, go on.
Yeah, so just with what Kevin and Marks were saying, I'm glad that Marks said that he doesn't represent all men, because I think what them man stand for in terms of the relationship stuff, it's a very juvenile take. I think if you're a competent, well put together man, you understand the importance of or if you are going to go for women, it doesn't make sense to.
You're naive, bro. I know loads of old, well put together man that cheat. There's people that are married that there's infidelities happen all the time. Check the divorce rates. It's not just kids.
Let him finish.
It's not juvenile. No, but to make that statement and let it land, like that's bollocks. Like,
So
to
you
be
just
totally honest with
refuted
you,
it by calling
it don't
him
agree
naive.
and it don't align with how you feel about yourself. But don't project onto everybody else. There's loads of old men that cheat. There's loads of old men, business owners, run companies, well put together that do it. It's not a juvenile thing for men that's not put together. It's a man thing. It's a man thing across the board. So you're lying, or you're wrong, or you're misunderstood.
Remember, this is an opinion, just the same way you're entitled to your opinion. So I understand where you're coming from, and I understand.
Yeah, but it's not. It's an opinion, but I'm just gonna let people know it's wrong because you're saying it like it's fact. You're saying it like it's a juvenile thing, when that's not true.
Wait, listen.
Is it just young people that get divorced?
I don't know whether it's.
Let him share his opinion.
Okay, go on.
Get triggered, bro.
Again. Let me preface. This is my opinion. Mark's the same way you're entitled to your opinion. Kevin, the same way you're entitled to your opinion. But what I'm saying is, it speaks to some sort of lack of a healthy male role model that you cannot hold down a girl for a long-term period.
But that's a lie. I've held down a girl for years. You could just because when you talk, see again, you're just conflating things. There's men that cheat every day of their life that hold down their gal for a long time. There's men in long-term relationships that are cheating. So again, what are you talking about?
But then that is not a good relationship.
Who said
your partner knows you're cheating or not? That's not a good relationship.
Wait,
so Kevin, with what you're saying, you said that you have 3 girlfriends currently.
Hold up, let me just put it back in. Go on, Kevin.
Are we uncensored now?
Oh yeah. So can you hear Kevin?
It's not being censored.
No,
it's about it's about control.
Who's put out Martin
Exactly,
Luther King?
censorship.
It's all about control.
Martin Luther King was a good man, well put together,
No
mature.
free speech around here.
What do you think he
You
did
see,
to Coretta?
this is why I meet people.
Cheated.
This is why
There's me talking.
Exactly.
You can't blame them for me talking. Sorry.
Lack of
But was
control.
Martin Luther King a good man?
The two people that cheat don't have to control their voices.
I'm controlling.
Okay, before you
the
all go,
feed going out to the community.
Okay,
that's why when I said control, that's what I mean.
I'm gonna stop and let you talk. You
Thank you very much, Max.
But before I go, I want you all to answer my question. Was Martin Luther King a good man?
Don't answer that just yet.
Exactly.
Don't answer that just yet. Kevin and Isaac, you were speaking. Go on.
Okay, so we can come back to Mark's point later. But it is a valid question nonetheless. But Kevin, so yeah,
yes,
you, I think even someone highlighted it yesterday that you have like a very fatigued take towards women, like you're bored of them. Am I wrong? Do we remember that yesterday, or Kevin? Do you remember that?
Yeah, go on.
I can't hear Kevin if you guys can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear him. But he said, yeah, that was a fair take. That was a fair take. Go on.
It's not true, but go on.
That's your standpoint, your viewpoint of women, yet you have 3, and then you boldly proclaim that.
I didn't say that was my viewpoint. That was someone else's viewpoint. And just because I speak on some of the unflattering characteristics of human behavior of both genders, it doesn't mean that somehow I don't like them. It just means that it's the truth of what it is.
Is there a way to put Kevin on Discord? Because I can't hear him.
Stacey, can you hear Kevin? BlackRock, can you hear Kevin?
Yeah, I can hear Kevin just fine.
Everybody can
Do
hear
you
Kevin.
have it muted on your end?
Yeah, it's something on your end.
Yeah, I can hear him. Yeah, turn your speaker up.
It's not like bullshit.
Maybe.
Click on my name and turn the sound up.
Okay, let me leave and come back quickly.
All right. Kevin, just as he's preparing to come back, you said that you speak on the inadequacies of men as well as women. What do you say about men?
No, we're not as nice as we make out to be. We do a lot of messed up things left and right. We're the more violent sex. We've got a lot of unflattering characteristics. Most men cheat. Most men have that desire to do things that they shouldn't do left and right. It's only because we have a policing system why it is what it is. It's not girls outside doing all the sheppings.
Also, do you think Kevin Marks, do you think that like your view on men and your view on men are kind of coloured by the fact that your echo chamber are similar guys with similar mindset?
That's what I'm trying to say.
So
But you are just assuming things. What echo chamber? I mean, you have no clue. Yeah, but you have no clue of the type of people I hang around with or speak to in my spare time.
You're not posed it as a question, right?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, you don't have a clue.
There's a question.
So yeah, but the question you're posing, I don't know what this echo chamber is because I don't know where you think I am or what you think I'm doing.
Look at this right now, yeah.
The examples that I have of men are set from people all across the board, all different classes, all different races, all different ages. I'm not just talking about my brethren on the street corner and projecting. That's impossible. I'm a well-traveled man. I'm a learned man. I know all types of people from all types of places, and men are men.
Okay, Marks. This is what I like about this conversation because it pulls on like certain vulnerabilities that men have, that men get told, boys will be boys and whatnot. So that encourages a lot of men to just settle and just accept their carnal natures. Bro, you can evolve. You don't have to just be subject to like.
Listen, you can wear your skinny jeans, bro. I ain't wearing them. How about that? You wear your skinny jeans. I'm not wearing them, innit?
This is a perfect opportunity to have a mature conversation, and I just feel like the joke is
let me moderate it.
When you're trying to encourage men to level, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, Isaac, off the back of that as well. Do you know what what's quite interesting about this? What I'm hearing is that it's like, right, I see bare other people doing this, so that justifies me doing it. If you're a leader, don't you walk to your own beat rather than seeing validation in the fact that I'm going to do something wrong because bare other people do it, so it justifies my behavior. That's kind of what I'm hearing from Mark and Kev. Because you're like, bare people do it, so if I do it, it's all right.
I don't
think No, it's not about what other people do. I do it because I want to do it. I like it. I enjoy it.
I don't believe it's wrong. This whole song and dance about men and women and relationship. I've told you all the time. At a raw minimum, yeah. Forget the whole history of the world. At a raw minimum, let's just take the last 2025 blood clot years. This is life. This is what happens. Infidelity. If it wasn't a major thing, do you know why in the 10 Commandments they said "Thou shalt not kill"? Because people was killing people, and it was messing up the world. You know what I'm trying to say? So they put things in place. Yeah. Do you know what else is in there about adultery and infidelity? Do you want to know why? Because it was happening from then, and they seen the reactions of it from the beginning of time. The expectations of men are ridiculous because they've shown you who they are and what we do. And like you can go further back, but let's take 2025 years. This is what it is, and you are pretending that it's not, and it's your fault. It's gonna hurt yourself, not mine.
Why are you quoting the Bible when you said all your morals are like in contravene? You said you don't mind cheating, you don't mind stealing, you don't mind. So
yeah, but you are spiritual. It's not about quoting the Bible. I'm trying to show you something. They see the commandments, you see the Bible shows you how to live your life as a good human being. It's a pathway, it's a roadmap through life for what to do.
And
so them commandments and then testaments that they put there, yeah, were there for a reason. If there wasn't an issue, yeah, in human society and in life, if there wasn't an issue and a problem, they would not be in there for the rules. Use your brain.
No, we agree on that. No, we agree on
Exactly.
that.
So
We
clearly,
agree on that.
it was a thing. It was a thing then, and it's a thing now. It is human nature for the male species to behave like this.
And
Don't
always
hate
will be.
me.
No, we're not disagreeing with you on that. You changed your point now. You're saying, yeah, it's in man's nature to cheat. That's the whole. No one's disputing that. No one's
So
really
what you want?
disputing that's in man's nature. We're saying that you said I think earlier you said that, oh yeah, real men are the ones. No, you're saying that the real men are the ones that go against their carnal nature and do the thing that is hard, which is not cheating.
And the Bible didn't only
Question,
say men
Emmanuel.
were cheating.
Question,
What are
Emmanuel.
we even talking about?
Do you agree with what Marx has just implied, that real men cheat?
He didn't say that.
I did not
He
say
didn't
that.
say that.
He didn't.
I
imply
do
that.
that.
Kevin then? Was it Kevin then?
All right. Do you think real
Someone
men
said
cheat?
that. Was it Kevin?
Huh?
Do you think real men
Didn't
cheat?
say
It's not
it
about
either.
Because
real
you
men.
said for the longest while through history.
I think.
I swear you did.
Wait,
We're gonna follow back.
I'm going to mute stuff again. Stop.
Okay, mute everybody.
God
I
damn
don't,
it.
I don't. Not saying that. Going to say that real men cheat. I believe all men cheat, and in that line, it's not every single last man. But I'm a majority rules kind of person. You get what I'm trying to say?
That's right.
I'm a majority rules kind of person. So I think the majority of men cheat. So I think all men cheat. That's not every single last one.
All right,
I
it's
understand
just
the world.
you and me. Just you and me.
That's not every single last one because I understand the world doesn't work
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's some men who don't have that desires and whatnot.
Lovely.
But for the most part,
Yeah.
I believe all men cheat. I tell you all the time, man is dog.
Yes. Okay. So your understanding is that all men cheat. Yes.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, do you agree?
That all men cheat. No, I don't think all men cheat. Of course not.
Your saying is that from the very, very beginning of time, right? Men have been cheating. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that should tell everybody something. What should it tell everybody?
That men cheat.
It's innate.
It's
That's
innate.
what you were saying.
Yeah.
Do you think it's innate, Emmanuel?
See, this is the thing, and maybe I can paint it like this. I think obviously I don't want to put words in Margaret's mouth in it, but I think basically the propensity to basically seek other women is naturally there in men. If you create a construct that says to do that, it is cheating, then the propensity is to cheat. You now criminalize cheating, it's a bad thing. Do you get what I'm saying? If there was not that structure there, then it just is what
Black Rob,
it
we
is.
can hear your keys.
Hold up. Let me just mute Stacey. No, I don't understand. Right now, it's just us. Do you agree that it should be criminalized?
What, cheating?
Yes. Because he said it's in the Ten Commandments, right? Do you think it should be criminalized?
I think any sort of thing that can bring harm to people and really I would say yeah.
Why do you think it should be
Because
criminalized?
I
Because
don't
it
think
brings
it's
harm to...
because it's not a productive thing for society.
That's why it's a social construct. I've said it to you before. If I had an island,
No, we know your point and your stats. Emmanuel is now countering it.
okay, go on.
And you believe he's a real man, right?
Yeah.
And he thinks that your take is deplorable.
Not this.
For-
He don't think it's deplorable.
Wait,
He said
wait. Don't speak for him. Don't speak for him. Don't speak for him.
It's counterproductive
Don't
to a
speak for
good
him.
society.
Do you think cheating is deplorable, Emmanuel?
Why are we doing it? Man?
Do you think cheating
Just say
is
yes.
deplorable?
Yes, it is.
There you go.
It's diabolical.
It's diabolical. It's horrendous. But it's not conducive to a good society. If we was in charge, if you was in charge of an island that had 50 men and 50 women on it, yeah, and it was a workforce island, and this was for your sole being, for your benefits that you're gonna get out of it, yeah, monetary, everything. This is yours to control. The rules that are in place in society, you would put place on your island. You get me? Don't kill. Don't steal, don't chop next man's gal because it's not productive, because you're going to chop his gal and he's going to get mad and he's going to get revenge and he's going to come and punch you up. Someone might kill each other. Now one less worker down and the productivity ain't the same. So it's not conducive to a good society. That's why these things are social constructs. The government, because all these things will be anarchy. Women been bringing down civilizations from the beginning of time. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's why they don't want these things to happen.
Stop. You've just used an example which is cool. That same example, Emmanuel, being on the island. Yeah. Is there a government on that island?
You are the government.
Wait, the community come together and decide what is best for the survival of the community, right?
We didn't make our rules.
You just used an example about the flipping island. I'm talking about the island.
Yeah, and we're the government. It's your island. You're the government. You put the rules in place. You're saying that the community are going to self-govern themselves.
No. So what is the process of forming a quote-unquote government in this island example you've just given?
I just lay down the laws like the Ten Commandments.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
this example is used. How do you now form a government?
So am I basically?
I don't want to use his government stupidness. He's used a government stupidness.
No,
On this island, I didn't have a government. There's just a group of people. They have a community, and they want to basically make sure it's successful in its growth.
Cool. Then I guess it can happen in a number of ways, but let's just say the simplest way. Maybe the most equipped in different areas of life, in the different areas that's necessary, come together and make decisions. And then they inform everybody else on the decisions, and then everybody votes on those decisions.
So everybody there has decided they're going to institute or install somebody to basically lead them, yes? And dole out laws that they follow in order for fruitful growth, yes? So the people have chosen this, yes? Okay. So they've chosen to abide by whatever is installed.
Okay.
No, it's not okay. I'm asking you.
Yeah,
he brought government. I don't want to bring no government in.
No, but I it's not my scenario. So that's why I'm saying, okay, I'm going with you with it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So in your opinion, it is more beneficial for there to be laws against things that are going to cause harm to the community.
100%.
And you feel that killing is harm, yes?
Of course.
Cheating will cause harm because in responding to someone looking to do something to somebody, they're going to be violent, right? Yeah. And it's in the long term, it is not conducive for the well-being of that particular community.
Yeah, but not only just that, but yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Go on, continue.
It's just something that people will find something that's maybe disloyal, or they may find it something that's not productive in terms of children. Who knows who the dad of this kid is? What happens to responsibilities? It's so many different things.
Thank you. So you do believe that it's a disloyal act to cheat?
Not always, no. But it depends. But the reason it's
now we're putting.
Put it this way. I'll say yes, it is disloyal because innate and implied in the word cheating is that disloyalty. You see what I'm saying?
Give me examples of how it isn't disloyal.
It just wouldn't be cheating then, innit? You know what I'm saying? So yes, cheating, of course it would be disloyal.
And I'm just basing us the framework of what it is you've just led me to believe.
You believe
it is unproductive for a community to have life where there aren't rules to stop
That's
cheating.
What makes us different from animals.
All right. So you're saying it's a civilized philosophy to live by.
What? Not cheating?
Like just monogamy in that civilization?
Just Emmanuel.
You
just said cheating. It separates us from the animals.
So what? Not cheating or laws?
Is that what you thought I was talking about?
No, I'm asking. I want to
not
answer
cheating.
your question
This
properly.
is part of the laws that's been installed.
Yeah, of course. These people have come together and said these are the things we don't like. So to do any of them would be a crime. It's unproductive. 100%. It's wrong. It's disloyal.
All right. So the guy Isaac who said it's an immature approach to relationships to have Marx's mindset about cheating. Okay. Do you agree?
I don't think it's immature, no.
Talk to me.
Because in this example, Isaac would be one of those on the island. Marx is from another island. So do you get what I'm saying? So he's come from another island and he's visiting. And you guys are telling him to live in the way you guys live. He doesn't want to. He's just visiting.
No. He shared his opinion. He said, in his opinion, what Marx thinks, it's immature. And you said, no, you don't agree.
Yeah.
He wasn't immature, he said juvenile as well. That speaks to being kids, and when adults be doing it. He never said immature, he said juvenile.
It all depends.
I did use those words.
Yeah.
I see it as the same, to be honest.
They're not the same.
Okay.
A juvenile is a juvenile, an adult is an adult.
They're the same ones. They're the same.
They what? Say it again?
He said they are the same.
Of course they are.
Okay.
No, I'm saying they are the same.
Of course they are. But anyway, the point is that I keep the same theme of what he's saying. Okay. Forget about the words.
Okay.
Do you agree with what you said? No, you don't agree because he's from a different island.
Yeah, because it's basically projecting somebody's worldview onto somebody else. I don't think it's necessarily fair to say this person is this because you don't subscribe to that.
Do you agree that it's juvenile or immature for the community in which you live in to participate in cheating?
I don't think it's... No, that wouldn't be the right word I would use.
Interesting.
Because it would
After I just asked you all these questions. Go on.
No, it's about the word. You're saying somebody is childish for doing so. The person may not be childish. The person may just be rebellious, but not childish and sees it a different way. But they're still subscribing to the tenets of that particular island. It's the wording.
All right, now that we're here, Isaac, continue your commentary. Now that we have an understanding with where Emmanuel stands and where Mark stands and where I probably stand based on my questioning. Continue. You were saying it was juvenile. Continue.
again, prefacing, my opinion alone. And I'm not trying to force anyone to live by a lifestyle that I believe in. Of course, you have free will, do what you want. But it speaks, as I was saying, to a lack of self-control, a lack of good male role models, good male leadership, in the fact that you cannot hold down a relationship long term while being faithful. Marx brought the example of, there are men that can have long-term relationships while cheating. It's not a healthy relationship. And if you found out that your a partner, the woman, was cheating, you would not be happy.
So to that point, Mags and Emmanuel, I know it was difficult to basically hear all of that.
Why?
Because it was cutting in and out. No?
Oh, okay.
I heard
cool,
him, though.
cool. Yeah, we got it. Just
Then let me finish then.
go on. We're listening.
What was my point now? What did he say?
Basically, it speaks to you not being able to hold down a healthy relationship, lack of discipline, basically all that sort of stuff.
And he said if your girl cheated on you, you wouldn't be happy.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll start with Emmanuel. If your girl cheats on you,
would I think it's bad?
would you think it's bad? Yes, you would.
Of course.
If a girl cheats on you, would you think it's bad? Yes, you would.
But if the man does it too, it's bad too. You live by a certain code. Like this isn't difficult. Like we've created a society, right, where we have certain structures. Everyone is an animal. Everyone is animals, right? But the difference between us and them is that we've taken the time over hundreds of thousands of years, evolution, trial and error to say this is productive, this is not productive. This will get us this, and we want this, so we'll do this more of. And this we'll say no to. It's not difficult, right? So all of these laws, these laws come out of nowhere. It's just from us saying, okay, we're gonna do this and not do certain things. And so then with time, you grow accustomed to it, you develop the discipline, and it becomes a way of life. And in 1,000 years, things may tweak. In 10,000 years, things may tweak. So if we have decided that these particular acts are bad, they are criminal, they are evil, then that's exactly what they are, if you break them.
Do you feel it shows more discipline for a man to be loyal to his wife by not engaging in infidelity?
Probably. How can I?
To Max, not to Max, to Emmanuel.
So I think it shows more discipline for a man to basically be loyal. Is that what you're saying? Or to not cheat? What are you saying? So for him to basically
To
not
not
pursue
indulge
other
in
women.
infidelity.
I think it depends on the man. So I think most men, the propensity is there, but I do think because we live in a society where these particular practices, these laws, and this way of life has become the norm to some degree, or at least we've tried to make it the norm. Some men don't have that experience. So you can go to a particular family, right? Right, love it. You may go to a particular family who's a Christian family, for example, and that guy has lived his life in a particular way. He has no real desire to cheat. He has no real desire to have multiple women, to be a player, to be any of those things.
Discipline. Focus on discipline. The question was...
That's what I'm saying to you. So basically, essentially, when it comes to him being married and disciplined now, it's not necessarily an issue of discipline because that's just not him.
So you don't
it's
see
25
it as,
years of him being
so
normal.
you personally, you don't see it as something that actually showcases a
I think
man's
for
discipline.
the most part, I 100% do, but I'm just trying to be, just to provide a bit of context.
It's
to
a bit
how
different
people
if
live
I
their
speak to a
lives.
religious person, you know.
Well, if you're not wired that way, how's it disciplined? There's not even
this
your
is
desire.
precisely
But I'm
what I'm saying.
asking
It's not your
Emmanuel. I know
desires.
what
That's
you
exactly
would say.
what I was saying,
I know
though.
what you would say, but I'm asking Emmanuel, right?
Speaking,
I thought I was speaking to the religious man.
Okay, but I want to reply back to what he said, yeah, and I know I'll lose a lot of people in this, yeah.
You're
But
not
I'm
good.
saying, yeah, no, I'll lose a lot of men in the room, in the chat that they don't agree with me, yeah. Being like someone cheat, I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Someone cheating is not necessarily a deal breaker for me. Context is important. I need to know the how, the why, the when, and I can understand. Because if this person is for me and is the best person for me, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not cutting off my nose to spite my face. You know what I'm trying to say? And it takes a big man to be able to forgive as well. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So depending on the situation, that because there might be too much disrespect in it. This might be, no, I can't work with this. You hate me. You want me dead. I'm going. You know what I'm trying to say? But there might be something where I can see how you stumbled into this situation here. And it's not a deal breaker for me. I could take someone back for cheating.
I love that. Isaac, doesn't that speak to his maturity? He just said if his wife cheats on him, he might keep her.
Wait, did he say wife?
That's essentially what he said.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh.
So you call him
need-
juvenile, and he's
I
just flipped the script. He just basically showed you how he's mature.
I need all the information. Context is important.
You said this one, Isaac. We put to that. Isaac.
Hey, can you not?
He stumped.
Everyone else.
I got him. He
Wait,
stumped.
you not hear
Let's
everyone
not
else?
say this is phone difficulties. You've got him. You've got him.
Oh, wait, Brent, you're talking, but I can hear everyone else talking.
Yeah, I know that there are people being rude
Yeah, it's me and
on
everyone
the
else.
panel. I'm aware of that.
Okay, cool.
I'm
But
aware of
yeah,
that. They're not supposed to be talking. They're not supposed to be
Okay,
talking to you. Now
Just
I've
to
unmuted.
respond to-
I've unmuted Black Rum. I'm going to unmute Stacy. I'm going to unmute Kevin. Right? Please, please, please show some courtesy to those who are talking, and don't talk over each other because I just have to mute everybody again. Go on.
Right, you know you muted
Okay,
me
yeah,
because
so
I
what,
told Black Rob
Marks
his
was
keys
saying-
were quicker.
You see?
Yeah, that's a valid take. Yeah, if for Marks, if there are certain parameters in which cheating can occur and that's acceptable for him, that's fine. But if, especially the women that have talked up on the Discord, if they don't tolerate cheating whatsoever, then that's their prerogative. They're allowed to hold those sentiments. Like, I feel like, especially with Kevin was saying, I don't think you lot heard it, but Kevin was saying that no, like she's for the streets. But Kevin would be for that idea that it's okay, it's normal for a man to cheat.
It is.
Yeah, at least Marcus is more consistent. That's the one thing I'd give him. He's been consistent. It's clear that he said that loyalty and discipline isn't characteristics that are important to him. So if the partner doesn't display those characteristics, it's not a deal breaker.
Everyone talking
At least
about
he's
him.
being consistent.
Let me explain my
Right.
position.
Am I still muted?
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
No,
We can hear
let me
you.
explain my position. I'll explain my position clearly. Men are designed to not be with one woman. However, women are not designed to be with more than one man. There's a reason why she can only carry one baby per term. There's a point to that. You understand? There's a reason why why their pH levels go off when there's too many men dipping in that pond. There's a reason why the way that the body is designed, what they are.
What happened to your mic?
Did you meet him?
No, I don't think so. Let me see.
And woman is woman.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
were
it did.
born as you were born. Hold your corner.
All right, cool. So we're going to move on to the next headlines because we have a couple dilemmas that I want Marks to hear. Thank you very much for your contributions. Kevin, Stacey, as always. Christy, as always. Black Rob, as always. Nice to basically have you here. Isaac, as always. Ciao, ciao.
Brent.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, people.
Let's get into these headlines.
You got TDA.
Looks like he used up raffle a few.
All right, people. So, the terms of a deal between Israel and Hamas for a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages has been are being finalized. This is what a Palestinian official familiar with the negotiations has told the BBC. The Palestinian official told the BBC that Hamas and Israeli officials were conducting indirect talks in the same building on Monday. Revealing some potential details of the agreement, the official stated that the detailed technical discussions took considerable time. Both sides agreed that Hamas would release 3 hostages on the first day of the agreement, after which Israel would begin withdrawing the troops from populated areas. 7 days later, Hamas would release 4 additional hostages, and Israel would allow displaced people in the southern to return to the north, but only on foot via the coastal road. Next headline, Greenland wants to work more closely with the US on defense and exploring its mining resources. This is what the Prime Minister said on Monday. He said that his government was looking for ways to work with the President-elect Donald Trump, who has in recent weeks shown renewed interest in taking control of the territory, without ruling out using military or economic force to do so. Also on Monday, Denmark's foreign minister said it was ready to work with Greenland to continue talks with Trump to ensure legitimate American interests in the Arctic. Greenland is a largely autonomous Danish territory, and it lies on the shortest route from North America to Europe, making it strategically important for the US. It's also home to a large American space facility and some of the largest deposits of rare earth minerals, which are crucial in the manufacture of batteries and high-tech devices. Last headline, and trigger warning on this one, people. Big trigger on this. Disturbing videos have emerged showing the dire situation at the disused gold mine in South Africa, where scores of illegal miners have reportedly been living underground for months. In one of the videos, which the BBC has not independently verified, corpses wrapped in makeshift body bags can be seen. A second video shows the emaciated figures of some miners who are still alive. A long delayed rescue operation that last week a court ordered the government to facilitate began on Monday. Last year, arguing that the miners had entered the shaft deliberately without permission, the authorities took a hard line, blocking food and water supplies. In November, one government minister said, "We are going to smoke them out." More than 100 of the illegal miners, known locally as Zamas, have reportedly died underground since the crackdown began at the mine some 145 kilometers southwest of Johannesburg. And in a briefing held on Monday near the site of the rescue operation, community figures and somebody by the Giwusa leadership alongside community figures said, "What has transpired here has to be called what it is. This is a Stilfonstein massacre, because what this footage does is show a pile of human bodies of miners that died needlessly." And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
Let me just click it so I can have something to go to afterwards when I'm doing that. All right, then.
What is this, asking for a friend?
Yes, sir. You special man, you.
Well, this is asking for a friend. Let's see what we've got. Oh, this is a response to the birthday trip dilemma.
Yeah.
It says, "You guys completely ignored my compromise in the message. My compromise would be him saying something along the lines or actively making plans to spend time before or after the trip," which is fair. "Yes, I am upset that he would be going away without me. However, I have not and do not plan on even expressing how unhappy I am that he's spending his birthday away or plan on discouraging him from going. What really hurts is him not attempting to make plans with me or taking into account how I may feel. Emmanuel is wrong. If he wanted to spend his birthday going to watch his favourite team with his boys, I wouldn't be upset at all. The point isn't that I want to spend every second of the day with him. Although it's his birthday, he didn't consider me in his plans at all or attempt to make different plans with me. Disclaimer, I think another reason I'm not happy about this is that every couple of months in our whole 3-year relationship, he says we should take a trip locally somewhere, and so far we have yet to go anywhere together, but it's been 3 years. I would really like to hear Esther and or Gina's thoughts on this when they are back in the studio. While I appreciate the male insights, especially Brent, the only male who attempted to empathize with me, LOL, it would be nice to hear from either of them. Thank you." I was empathizing. I'm an empath. I did too. She said, this is what she says, Emmanuel is wrong. Okay?
About what?
If he wanted to spend his birthday going to watch his favourite team with his boys, I wouldn't be upset at all. The point isn't that I want to spend every second of the day with him. It's that although it's his birthday, he didn't consider me in his plans at all or attempt to make different plans with me.
But see, this is why sometimes we have problems. Because what happens is we focus on only the bad. I said I fully understand your position. If he doesn't understand why you're upset, I said that. I said if that's the case, I understand why you're upset. I defended you, but I also wanted you to see it from the perspective of it's his birthday. It's not our birthday. It's his birthday. Once you say it as his, then understand. Like I said in my demonstration, he's losing something. You gain, and if you have that perspective coming into it, you might be a bit more sympathetic to the celebrant.
And she said there was a compromise that she made that he could have attempted to make plans before or after the birthday.
Why don't you do those before or after? It's his birthday. Do you know what I'm saying? Like his birthday could be where he wants to spend it with his boys, because maybe when he hits 35, 40, 50, he's going to be doing it with you and the beautiful kids you have together. But at 30, why can't you be the one who does it before or after? That's what I'm saying. That sounds like a compromise to me. It's his birthday. It's not our birthday or your birthday.
Don't worry. We will read this to Gina and Esther when they return. So we'll put it in the tuck and we'll pull it back out when they're back.
This next one, it comes with a link. Are you going to press that link? Let me see what it says. Hi TDA, Happy New Year to you all. Question: seen as Friday's episode was bringing some interesting points on interracial dating preferences, if our preference comes packaged with, let's say, one thing missing, would we really pass it by? In general, is it preference or perfectionism that is at play in the dating scene? Example, if one came across a handsome man or beautiful woman with those who want someone who speaks their language, understands their culture, etc., pass by a romantic opportunity because of race. And it says, could this be seen as a Yoruba man? I'm guessing this is a white man talking Yoruba.
That's very easy. It's not.
Really ọmọ Ìbàdàn.
Mi ní kí ló dé ṣe
Òyìnbó lè yín o bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń wò yín.
Ṣe fẹ́ wo Nigerian passport mi.
Ẹ jọ níbo làwọn parents ti wá.
My dad is a senior evangelist in Celestial Church of Christ, Okeado Parish. My dad's name is, Reverend Anthony Brown.
But kó wá lédè tẹ̀ ṣe pupa báyìí.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká bí Ọlọ́run.
Ká bọ Ọlọ́run.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká bí Ọlọ́run.
Ó tọ́ ni o.
Ó ti tán.
Yorùbá lẹ́yìn sọ tó dán mọ́ yín lẹ́nu báyìí.
Èdè Oòduà ni.
Olódùmarè máa ṣe wọn o. Ọlọ́mọ ká sọ̀rọ̀ sílẹ̀ a sọ̀rọ̀ sí kàngán náà o.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ kíní kan fún yín.
Ẹ sọ fún mi.
Ìgbà tá a dé sí Heathrow Airport ni àbúrò mi ń ṣe ìní mo ní láíláí. Wá yẹ pé ṣe ni èdè Yorùbá ó dùn lẹ́nu mi. Mi ní betray culture mi for nothing. Màá rádà sọ Yorùbá kí n jẹ gbẹ̀gìrì mi ju kí n jẹ baked beans lọ.
Ó ga jù. God bless you.
Mo ń lọ lẹ́sìn mo lọ sí ẹ̀wẹ̀ olóyin.
Ẹ̀wẹ̀ lẹ́yìn pẹ̀lú
It's vexing you.
Yeah, he speaks better than him.
Is that a Yoruba man? What was he saying?
A bunch of different things, man. He's basically just trying to prove that he's Yoruba. He's saying it's not to do with his color. No, more so to do with basically his background, his passport, the fact that his dad was a Saleh reverend, the leader of the church. Saleh is basically the church I grew up in. Okay. So it's a typical like Nigerian type of church. He also said something about what he prefers to eat. Bare different things. He's basically just proving his point that he's a Yoruba man, innit? That's all he's doing. But yeah, long story short, still.
Is he a Yoruba man?
No, because it's DNA. It's part of the equation. DNA, culture, all of those things make you a Yoruba man. But obviously, this man is somebody who has grown up there, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, we say this all the time.
Okay, then, so if there was I think what the question is saying is if there was someone that has that Yoruba culture, and has the same traditions and stuff that you have and speaks the language, but there was a white woman or a white man, would that be enough reason? Would the race be enough reason for you to pass up what you want? Because they was perfect every other way. They're Yoruba. Is the race enough for you to pass that up, or would their cultural upbringing and their language and all that be enough? Would that suffice for you?
No, race is important to me, 100%. If that's the question, basically, basically, if it was a woman that was just like him, basically, but she was of a different race, that she's not Yoruba to me. You know what I'm saying? And she's not black either. I care about those two things, innit? You know, people can learn languages. That's basically what's happened. You've gone to another country. Go to Saudi Arabia. You speak Arabic in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean to anybody? So this is not a Yoruba person, respectfully. Obviously, he has a lot of love and respect for Yoruba culture, and it's beautiful. It's the best culture in the world. But fundamentally, that's not a Yoruba person. And if that's somebody you care about, if that's a particular thing that you care for and care about, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's what it is. What was the rest of the dilemma? What they say? If our preference comes packaged with, let's say, one thing missing, would we really pass it by? But it depends again. Like I said, over the years, I've realized that people just do their own thing, and it's good that you do your own thing. Like, everyone should be their own agent, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not necessarily be influenced too much by people. But it just depends on you. If you see value in having kids that look like you, that are as black as you, that have Yoruba DNA like you, or whatever country you belong to, then this is something that you wouldn't necessarily care for.
Stacey said, could you describe that man as a Nigerian, but not a Yoruba?
Potentially, yeah. Because he even said he had the passport, right? He's got a Nigerian passport.
I don't know what the hell he was saying.
Sorry. No, but
what are we talking about?
Yeah. He's got a Nigerian passport.
Huh?
He said, didn't you hear him?
Sorry. So yeah, he's a Nigerian man. He's a Nigerian man. Okay. He's got a Nigerian passport, and all that sort of stuff. He's a citizen. That's what he is. But in terms of your culture, your DNA, that's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trace it back, you find yourself in Yorkshire. You know what I'm saying? You won't find yourself in Ibadan or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. You heard it from the Yoruba man himself. And our last dilemma is also tied to a question that was brought up on Friday's episode about private school versus Brampton scenario. Here's an example of someone who went to private school. It says
So
educational
in real life,
validation
I
and
often get
competition about parenting preferences. What is best for our community to progress? I think we've got something to watch. What's this?
All right.
about my experience as a black girl at private school, and so I thought I'd do a little story time on that because it's something that I have lots of reflections on, especially 20 years on. So obviously the first thing that goes without saying, I feel incredibly privileged and grateful for the sacrifices that my parents made to send me to one of the top girls' schools in the country. So I went when I was 11. Obviously a lot of people go from 4 or
I'm looking to see how.
I think I've actually got this. Like, this is actually on my list of things to talk about as the topic of the day.
All right, let me just take it up.
So we can leave it. And then actually do a topic of the day on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Next one.
Next one is Malik, he's 24. He says, I think I'm an incel by definition, but I'm not. I'm a virgin, and I'm not going to lie, I want to have sex, but I keep getting rejected by the girls I want to get to know. I'm not frustrated, and I don't subscribe to content that radicalizes people to hate women, but I just think I'm needy. At least that's what my man them say. They also call me gay. I think I want to save myself for someone special, but if the moment comes, I might be open to it. What should I do? Am I doing the wrong or right thing? Should I tell women straight away I'm inexperienced? I don't want to be an age and inexperienced in the bed and be doing rookie mistakes at 29. And if I can, where do I find such girls that are aligned with me? He said a lot there. Once he's an incel by definition, he's a virgin. He wants to have sex, but he keeps getting rejected by girls. He's not frustrated. He don't want to go to them radicals like Myron and them man there. And I think I want to save myself for someone special. But if the moment comes, I'll be open to it. It's a bit of a contraception because you've been trying. Contradiction. Because you've been trying to chop things. You've just been getting rejected. So are you trying to save yourself or not? Like which one? What are we doing here? Do you believe this person, or are they just confused?
I don't think it matters whether we believe them or not at this point. They just want you to give them advice.
Yeah, but advice on what? Like, are you really trying to save yourself, or are you moving together and getting rejected? Like, are you just telling me that you're trying to save yourself because these things keep rejecting you? Like, which one's true?
Let's just take that he's not trying to save himself. So let's just give him advice on how to get laid. Or you can tell him to forget about chasing girls because he's needy.
That's crazy. I don't know. I was thinking about what we was talking about in No Behavior the other day, and I was thinking that me and Bino, and that we was being really toxic, innit?
Pause. You're right. Anybody who sends in dilemmas, please make it make sense. Let's not touch on that until we have clarity on what he wants.
Okay.
Fair. Knowledge could be us. And yes, 100% you guys were absolutely rude. At one point, you were shaming loons for having one girl.
One sexual partner.
One sexual partner. You were shaming him.
At the age of 17.
Can you imagine?
That is atrocious behaviour from him. That is diabolical.
What do you think, Imagine?
I think this has made me think Loons is a very wholesome guy. What a role model.
Is that what you're saying?
100%, man. That's good.
Because he's median, he can't
Nah,
get no
man.
girl.
He decided not to.
That wasn't a choice.
It was. He prioritized other stuff, man.
What, prison?
Hey, that was important.
Crime. But you know what? I was thinking about it. That was like proper like toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
there,
man.
like.
That was hazardous.
Man was mocking a man because he had one partner at the age of 17. When, yeah, for real. We're fucked up, you know.
Mental. And when it is you went in your rant to say that you had survived wars and you got grazed by bullets, what? When people find out what them bullets are and you were flipping glorifying it, mental.
No, that's just the game. You wouldn't know.
I know I wouldn't know. I would never want to know.
Yeah, been no wars.
Yeah, pause. You're laughing. How many bullets have you has grazed your skin, sir?
None.
Yeah?
Because I'm covered.
by the blood of Jesus.
Yeah, that's it.
But you were covered too, right? Or was it just...
No, potentially.
Do you know what bullets he's talking about?
No, but this is why I was laughing, because I don't know yet. I don't know. I haven't listened back to it.
Watch when you find out. Go and
Can you mute it and
subscribe.
tell me?
Yes.
I never said that. I never said that.
He said he's a collector.
I never said
He
that.
said, I'm a war general.
I just said this happened.
He said, dun dun. He said, none of y'all would know about this. I was chopping when I was 14. I looked around and you see the fire in his eyes. He meant every single word of it, man, yo. And he's looking around like, oh, you trying to get onto me? I am a general in this particular place.
Have you unmuted it?
I haven't muted it. Yeah. I was crying. I'm thinking, if this gets kept up properly, this will be finished.
Yeah, I'm cooked. It has
But
to.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, this is waiting. It has to, man.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday is the day it... Did I make the 1 hour?
I don't know.
I don't even know if it did, man.
I hope it didn't, because if anybody's got any sense, they're plastering that all over the
All
internet.
over the gaff. Over the gaff. You hear the threads. Look at what men are just... Like, you know, this is your hero.
Yeah, but no one cares. They'll talk for a few days and then something else.
Oh,
happens.
100%. But,
You know what I'm saying? But in the moment...
It's a life for living in that.
Yeah, I don't even need to... Like,
You're just going to mute everything.
I'm busy doing other stuff. I won't even see that. I'll just let them have their fun and then just come back when they're done. And be like,
Oh, man.
That's what y'all said. That's cool.
I don't
One gal at 17 is crazy though. Like crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
Growing up where we grew up, it's crazy.
Who's we?
I was talking about myself.
Sorry. I've just projected myself a bit. Sorry. Was I didn't grow up with you?
Yeah, growing up where we grew up, one guy, he might as well be flipping Billy Elliot.
Oh man!
All right, you need to give us more context for your dilemma, so I can help you, please. Yeah. I said the convo on the pod was bonkers. It was absolutely mental. It was crazy, and I can't believe I got tricked out my position. I let them draw me out into that nonsense.
You waded into that willfully.
It wasn't willfully. It was
willfully.
Huh?
Any single time you feel like they're trying to get onto you, you're like, excuse me, what? And then you go. One time, you're producing the pod. Yeah. One person at a time. You did it proper. Pipe down. And then when it's on you,
I say you'll be playing ball in Pelican Bay.
What I always find funny is that when you reach that level, everybody else just freezes. It's as though that resounding sound does kill everything.
Because they know I'm volatile, but they know once I'm there, you can't touch me. Right. they know I'm prepared to. They know I'm prepared to risk it all. So it's like once he's there, it's like look what he's saying about himself. Like, imagine he turns this on me. Imagine he turns this gun on me. What the hell is he gonna do? Leave him alone.
It sounds like you said anybody can catch strays if you're in a role.
Yeah.
Anybody who makes a sound, you're getting it.
Yeah. Any little ukums. It's over. But I need to work on that. I need to think.
Yeah, that's like a control, man.
Yeah,
man.
Because that's for the first time in a long time.
In a long time,
I drove home saying, you went too far there, son.
And the thing is, if Ludes knows that he can basically trick you out your position like that, he'll flip the script. And it will be you that people are saying, hey, you ain't got no emotional control over yourself, man.
Nah, man, I can't do that. Because it's not worth it. I think it's too risky business playing with me, playing the games with me. Because I'm too smart. I'm not going to there's only so many times I fall for that. Soon, you're not going to want to be part of this. What's going on? You get me? I'm too cerebral.
At that point, I felt sorry for Loons, Emmanuel. Yeah. I looked around. I'm thinking, Loons isn't normally in this position where he's the morally superior one. Because he was fighting for, why are you shaming me for keeping a girl? Like, and not being out in the streets. And they're all laughing at him. He's thinking, what? This is mental. And then at one point, I think he kind of glitched and he felt like he wanted to say that he was a bad man too. But I'm like, you don't have to do that. But it was uncomfortable for him to be in that particular position. That's why he said, let me just fold into the group and let me just join the chorus of bravado that's being bandied about. It was a messy episode, man. It was a messy episode.
It was too messy. Too messy. It was fun though. And I'll be all right. I don't mind. Obviously, this is what I'm here for, to provide content to the masses, you know what I'm trying to say? So there's people out there that's going to enjoy it. So let them get their shit off, man.
But a little education for me, though, right? So the thing I said when I muted the thing, Emmanuel, because I don't know about this stuff. As you said, I'm not on the battlefield of that. Like, does that go away?
Of course.
We'll go away.
Is it?
Of course.
So it's like brand new again?
Yeah, that's why it's just grazed.
Okay. And there's no, oh, that's icky. It's said by women.
Well, after the fact?
Yeah.
They're the ones who gave it to you, innit?
No, not right after. As in, if the world knows, because let's just say the clip is clipped, right? Because he was going on like it was plenty he's had over the years. Is that not seen as...
Yeah, probably. It depends on the woman, though.
No, it wasn't plenty. It was like, it's overdoing it, innit?
Yeah, the clip was the clip, bro.
Yeah, but it's just bravado. If you watch the clip of this context, then you can see how...
Because that's how it's going to get clipped.
You can see how it got out of control. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can see how it got out of control. It's just a lot of bravado, toxicity.
Yeah.
You get me? Adrenaline, testosterone. All
Keep it on the education bit, because I'm really puzzled, and I only ask questions when I'm puzzled. If it's flipped around and a girl says that she's a 5-star general, she'd been grazed bare times, are you willfully going through and saying, all right, cool, let's spend the night?
Well, she's straight now.
Is that something that would matter?
Of course.
Okay, so if she's straight now, then it's fine.
Of course.
Would you need to see proof?
I don't understand.
Would you need to see proof?
I think in this day and age, you should always get proof.
Okay.
Make sure you got your paperwork.
How about you, Mania? But can you not forge stuff?
Forge? Who's doing that?
That is diabolical. What? If you're forging, that means you've got everything that you're saying. You don't.
Am I showing my naivety here? Does nobody forge it?
Why?
No. You all said that in unison. but don't you all see why I'm asking the question? I mean, why would you not forge it? If you have everything and you want still access, why wouldn't you forge it?
No, because
if the forging gives confidence and assurance to somebody who you want something from, Why wouldn't you forge it?
That's against the rules of
I'm
warfare.
aware that's
illegal.
illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
I'm aware that's illegal, but when has that ever stopped you?
No, but you should care about your personal health now.
Sorry, I'm aware that you should.
Yeah, so why would you be want to forge things for?
Do you understand what I'm asking? And you're going on as though nobody would want to do this.
I don't think only someone who's for real. That's diabolical. That's a heinous act. Like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Why? I don't understand why that would be anybody's motivation.
What?
Yeah, on a
To
genuinely.
deceive.
No, but why?
Yeah, but you're going to
though?
be deceiving. You're going to be hurting people.
Listen carefully. Do I need to give context as to what we're talking about so that more people can get involved in this conversation?
I think it's pretty obvious what you're talking about.
So we'll say it then.
What, sexual health?
Specifically what?
Having STIs and stuff.
All right. So that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I'm asking, does anybody ever forge their documents?
And I would assume that nobody would do that. That's just an assumption that I'm just going to make.
And I'm thinking, if someone forges it, because you're asking why would they do it, to deceive, so that they can continue getting what they want.
So there's like serial spreaders.
No, I don't think it's just to continue getting what they want. That would be to give it to somebody. That's what I'm saying. If you're forging, everything that's there that you say you ain't got is what you got.
Yes.
You are trying to give it to somebody. You're trying to shoot somebody.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is a few months ago. Did y'all see some notorious? I don't know if he was an OnlyFans guy, but it was some black guy that was outed by some woman, and there was a video going around where he had some sort of thing on his thing, and it was obvious to plenty of people that's what this is. And then she was like, "Yeah, but he said he was clean." People lie all the time about that because they still want what they want.
No, but you're saying it's different to forging.
That's someone that works in the sexual health. That's their. The sex profession, like the sexual industry. So if they wanted to keep working and keep making a living, that's their motive for them lying, isn't it? I just don't think that's like a normal person. I think normal people care about their health.
No, I'm not saying that the majority of people would do this. I'm talking about, does it not happen? And when you say documentation, does it come on the phone or what, physical paper? What is it like? Sorry. Just generally, when women ask to see evidence that you're clean, what do you show them?
Your sexual health record.
No, what does it look like? I'm completely unaware of all this. What does it look like?
I'm guessing I'm guessing there's a paper trail when if you go to the clinic and stuff. You can have.
I don't want you to guess. Do you know the answer, Emmanuel?
Email. No, but I'm saying there's all different ways.
What have you done in the past?
Through text.
What? Send a text? Forward a text?
Of course they can text you.
Stop. It comes in text form?
Of course, why not?
Just like a normal text?
A letter, so you can ask them, letter, email, text.
I don't want any obscurity here. I'm asking very pointed questions.
That's not obscurity. I'm telling you all of them. It depends.
So when you say text...
If you go to the clinic, Brent, and you sit down and you talk with your doctor and you give them a thing, how would you like to be contacted? You can give them, they got your address, they can send you a letter, you can give them your number, they can email, they can text you, they can probably email you your results.
Stop.
What are you talking about?
Does it come with an attachment? Like a PDF or something?
Not if you got a text, no.
All right, so a text.
Yeah.
Can a text be forged?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because if I'm to understand what you're saying, this text that you get, it will be screen grabbed and sent to somebody who asks you for proof.
Okay.
And you tell me that can't be forged?
Yeah, but why would you want to forge it?
You just
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Damn it.
Yes, it can be forged. It can be forged, I guess. All of it can be forged, even if you got it on site, even if you got it online, because people can see how the site's made up, and someone could make a fake version of it.
Yeah.
So there's no foolproof way, then, is there? If you go online and you do it online, and you go in there and you got your account with all your details and stuff on there, someone can see what that's made, and you can give it to someone who can replicate it.
Yeah.
So anything can be forged.
But never mind. I'm not going back down that road. I'm not going back down that road. Initially, you guys are saying that men wouldn't look to do that because why would he do that? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, just people, not just men, women in general. I just don't think. And like it's not a good thing if there's.
Of course, it's not a good thing.
Exactly. So you'd want to help. You'd want to fix yourself, right?
And so what, Brent? Are you basically trying to? Are you basically saying these people are addicts, that they need it that bad?
Y'all haven't heard of the term sex addict?
But is that what you're talking about then?
No,
Because regular folk.
Let's include the sex addicts in it. But when you say regular folk, I'm not suggesting that everybody does it. I'm not suggesting that the majority of people do it.
I just don't see why anybody would do it unless they want to, like you said, deceive, to give you something.
100%. That's what I said. Deception.
Yeah,
because they still want to participate in sex.
It's not just participation.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. To give you something.
That's in addition to. Because if it is
that's
doing
got to
that,
be the main cause. That's got to be the main focus.
So, what you're saying, and do you let both of you all answer this? Because what you've just said just now is anybody who participates in that, it's not because they just want to have sex. It's because they want to give something to somebody else.
Yeah.
And you agree with that?
Yes. Well, yes.
Interesting.
Because I don't see who's, again, outside of addicts, who's hungry would have to, I have to forge this text and link this girl over there because, like, what? Who does that?
It's weird for me to hear you all saying this because of the activity of some certain men hungry, starving for anything, and there's no asking about proof for this, that, and X on a given club night. Right after the club, bang, bang. There's no, are you clean? Here you go.
Yeah, but everybody's got.
And then you're saying their intent is just to give it to them.
So they're not thinking that far, innit? All right, cool. But everybody's got 20/20 vision with hindsight. You know what I'm trying to say? So you would have got yourself into that problem in the first place, sleeping with someone willy-nilly, meeting in the club, not checking all that kind of stuff. That's the problem you would have got yourself in, and you could have got out of it. You could have used condoms, or you could have checked on all these kind of things. That's fine. That's granted. And they're too hungry. They just cared about the sex. They wasn't thinking about all that. But with the hindsight, after the fact, once you got in that trouble and you've been stung or given something, your mindset is you want to fix yourself. You want to heal yourself, innit? That's where, like I said, everybody's got 20/20.
I think you're speaking from a perspective of a guy who cares about human beings.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they? Because if they didn't care, they wouldn't even have checked.
We live in a world where you keep saying all the time, like, bloody hell, they're animals.
Yeah, but if they didn't care, they wouldn't even have checked.
And this is, you see here, I do believe there are men who don't even check.
Yeah, but that's different to what you're saying.
But they know they have something. But you're saying even when they go and have sex with people, it's because they want to give it to people. Not just because they want to have sex.
Somebody, it's very different, I think. Somebody who believes they have something, not too sure, whatever, compared to somebody who knows they have something, goes through the time to forge the document and is using that to deceive women.
We've moved past that because he just mentioned just now that some people don't even go and get checked, so they wouldn't have no documents.
Yeah, but that's two different.
I know it's two different things, but we moved past what he's now talking about.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Anyway, initially I was asking if women said the same thing as what Mark said. If it is, yo will still run gung ho to sleep with them, and you said it depends if they're clean or not. And that's it. And you also agree, right?
I don't agree with that.
I've asked the question.
Yeah, I said I didn't agree with it. It's the only other thing in it, Brent. I wouldn't. If I knew a woman who had all of these things, yes, now.
But it's past. It's history.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Jesus don't remember. But the list you now told me about, I can't get out of my head.
So this is what puzzles me sometimes, right? Because when a man says it, a charismatic man, it's just like, eh. But when a woman says it, the same charisma, it's like, nah.
Not really. It just depends on what it is, because it's just the same thing. Like, if a woman told me she's caught chlamydia a couple of times in her life, like, who gives a shit? Well, me personally, I don't give a shit. It's just, the problem would be if she's got it. Like, if she's got it there and then, that's the issue. If it's something more long-lasting, like HIV or herpes or any of these things, syphilis or any of these things, then it's like, cool, stay away, because why would I want to mix up with all that? But if it was just something
light.
Yeah, if it was just something light and it was time ago and she ain't got it, why the fuck am I gonna care?
To be fair, that's a lot of people though.
No one wasn't.
People got something. In their lives.
No one wasn't born with it. Like, it's like you just cultivating it in a jar in your room. Like, this was bread in your bedroom. Like, you went outside, you had sex with someone, and they gave it to you. All right, cool. You find out, you got fixed up. You know better. You do better. You move forward. It's not a big deal. It's only a big deal is if you catch something you can't shake off. You get what I'm saying?
That's why you said grazed.
Yeah. If you can't, something you can't shake off, you're screwed. But if you can, all right. Or maybe it might speak to someone's mindset if they're constantly getting themselves in these problems. You get what I mean? So if you're gonna get in a relationship with someone like that, or constantly see someone like that that's constantly getting in these problems, and it's like, okay, cool, you're not mindful, you don't even care, you're not doing your due diligence, you're not taking care of yourself, right? Then okay, cool, that's an issue, that's a problem. Just because you're gonna get caught up, because you could potentially get caught up in their fuckery.
But you got constantly caught up in those situations.
Yeah, but I'm talking about times when I was like 15, 16, 17 years old. I was a kid.
Oh, so the war and the battlefield lingo was just when you were younger.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not a general.
I'm not at war.
You're not. Stupid boy.
I'm not at war now, Brent.
To be honest, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it right? That's nice. That's nice. That is nice. That's nice.
I was just talking about it as a kid, like as a child. And all that. These things happen.
Sorry. I apologize, Bathroom Diaries. I didn't see you there because I was focused on the conversation. We need
to wrap up the time.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hello, Bathroom Diaries.
I just wanted to say something about the whole STD and all that stuff because I thought it would be a cool moment to like educate people because some people just don't know. So there is a website called SHL, which is sexualhealthlondon.uk. And for women and men, obviously, they do home testing. So literally, men, women, you just go on the website, put your details in, and they send you a kit within 2 to 3 days. You send it back. You can use the app, and then literally within a week, they tell you your test results. So if you were out and you saw someone cute and you're like, I want to do something, you can be like, hey, you have the app. Because a lot of people do know about it. So if you have the app, it's something that you can't really replicate. You can see when the last time they tested, you can actually see, and I think it's all green, obviously all green if you haven't got anything, and then I don't know, never got anything, but then it will just show you if someone has something, if it hasn't, and it shows the history of every time you do actually test. So naturally, even if you're not having sex or whatever, but if you test every 6 months or every new year, even if you're not with a partner, that's something you can do because someone that I know, a male cousin, who he don't watch this, but he must have had a scare, right? And he was like, oh my God, I think this girl gave me something, da da da. And I was like, do you know about the app? Like, did she have it? Did you get tested? And he was like, no. These times he's a big 27-year-old guy. So I'm just like, I thought everyone kind of knew these things. But if you don't, then use that website. And I know people are saying the NHS app too, but there are ways where you can actually test and see if anyone has anything, and if they don't have anything, then that's more of an indicator not to do anything with people, because you just can't rely on someone's looks. Like, good looking people have stuff too, do you know what I mean? So that's the easiest way for people to check, and it's legit and it can't be replicated, because if you have the app, you know what the app looks like. So if you saw something dodgy, you would know that that's not it.
Okay,
thank you very much, Bathroom Diaries.
No problem, bye.
Little
I use that. That's called.
I believe you, bro.
Get checked up, people, man.
Yeah,
very
man.
sexual health, man. You get me? Once a month. Oh, no, that's overkill. How often do you get checked, Brent?
I don't have sex. Anyway, all the time.
So you could have something and not know. This is crazy.
Diabolical.
Then I should go and get checked.
You better go. You better go.
SHL.co.uk.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
You better go and check, because that is crazy. The fact that you don't know.
Immediately.
Because you don't know.
Immediately.
All right, we'll do our last headlines for the day.
Yes.
Thanks, bro. Love you too.
Same here, man. Same here, Brent.
That's
anyway,
it.
so let's get to trigger warning. Trigger warning in that. Big trigger warning on this one, guys. 5 men who used dating app Grindr to target and attack men in a series of robberies have been jailed. The gang were convicted last year of stealing £100,000 from men in Birmingham and Derby over a 10-month period. The group were given sentences ranging from 12 to 17 years at Birmingham Crown Court. Police said that some victims were encouraged to come to a location under the pretense of meeting with a legitimate user on dating apps like Grindr, which is a dating app for the LGBT plus community. When they arrived, they were set upon by the gang who sought to steal their money, their vehicles, the house keys, and ID. Judge Sarah Buckingham said it is clear that there has been long-lasting consequences on the men who have done nothing to deserve what happened to them. Their sentences were entirely justified to reflect the gravity of these offences. Next headline, trigger warning on this one, big trigger warning. And the boyfriend of a young mother who took her own life has been found guilty of assault and prolonged domestic violence, but cleared of her manslaughter. Ryan Wellings from Bispam in Lancashire became the first defendant to be tried before a jury accused of the unlawful killing of his partner, Kiana Dawes, 23 years old, who took her own life following domestic violence. The 30-year-old landscape gardener was found not guilty of manslaughter and guilty of assault and coercive and controlling behaviour between January 2020 and July 2022. Wellings, who had denied all charges, made no reaction as the verdicts were read out. The victim's sister wept, and her mother looked straight ahead as Wellings was cleared of manslaughter. Wellings told jurors that he had never intentionally hit Miss Dawes, adding that any injuries that she had sustained were the result of him restraining her when she was attacking him. Wellings, who will be sentenced on the 16th of January, smiled and blew a kiss to his current girlfriend in the public gallery as he was led away. Last headline, and the Los Angeles wildfires, which have reduced entire neighborhoods to smoldering ruins and left an apocalyptic landscape, could become the costliest wildfires in U.S. history in terms of issued losses if analysts' estimates of up to $20 billion materialize. The dangerously high winds were expected to resume on Monday in LA, potentially hampering efforts to extinguish two stubborn wildfires that have claimed the lives of at least 24 people. The LA wildfires loss estimates are critical as they underscore the escalating financial risks posed by climate-related disasters, highlighting potential implications for the insurance industry and the broader economic resilience. And that's it, pretty much, for the headlines.
Did you hear that some of the insurance companies removed the cover 3 months before
What?
the wildfire?
Serious?
Yeah.
That is insane.
Like 3 months before. So, like, what does that speak to?
Boy, I can't say intent though, innit? It could just be a coincidence because what LA's a lot of this stuff has been happening in LA for the longest while. Insurance companies, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard, are already trying to back out of insuring homes in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been happening for a while. But
like a year ago, they were
there you
taking
go.
away people's
There you go.
insurance and stuff.
You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, man. It's sad.
Do people not care because it's just rich people?
But you know,
How do you feel about it? Have you seen the scenes?
Yeah, it looks horrible.
And the majority of the houses are made from wood.
Concrete and thing.
Yeah,
No.
wood. You know, Americans, they like wood houses, isn't it?
They did that because it's in LA, because of earthquakes, because of wildfires. So that's why they did it.
Yeah, but is it California? It's a bit of a messed up state. They've got rules in place that don't really help that fire stuff anyway. You get me? Really dry over there. It's a drought, not allowed to water. No, they've got to set the water from running certain places, so it's really dry. Not allowed to pick up the dead wood off the floor because for conservation and stuff. There's something to do with some little fish that they need to protect, so they don't let the water around certain places around there and stuff like that. And it's just bringing their own problems. Yeah, they could do more themselves to prevent those fires or to make them less dangerous as they are. Less, maybe like smaller or whatever, maybe control them a bit better. But there's things that they got in place that kind of prevent that. So,
and there are certain rumors that some of the fires were started by arsonists.
I think there's someone said that there was some video footage of someone trying to start the fire and stuff like that, isn't it?
Just imagine if this is true and you happen to catch one of them. And you being a resident as well.
Do you think they started the fires though? People are idiots, so I could probably see like when the fires was going on, there was probably people trying to start some in different places or trying to burn shit or whatever, just because humans are idiots. But I don't know if it seems like a natural disaster. No, I think them putting it on people and saying people done it themselves, kind of like trying to like cover their own back for it being their own fault from like leaving the woods and the forest getting so dry and leaving all the dead wood and the leaves on the floor and stuff like that. and the place not getting no water and all these kind of things. So I think if you put that narrative out there that people are starting it, it gives them a bit of room to maneuver. So I could see them doing that. I don't know.
I think some outlets are saying it's an amalgamation, a combination of a few different things. Have you seen some of them planes that collect the water from the sea and then go on and put it over the fire?
Yeah.
That is good stuff, man. Skillful.
I see a couple of people flying in and just
Yeah, collecting it and then
going
chopping it.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
That is, man. Would y'all go back and live there if it is your residence?
I live where?
No, as in
the houses are gone, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna be rebuilt.
Oh.
Would you go back there?
No.
How about you, man?
It's just a waste of money.
No, I don't think so. Unless I really everything I gained could be far more than what I would potentially lose again. Especially if they're telling me that they're not even going to insure my house. What's the point?
That's crazy. A lot of people lost things that they're never going to be able to get back.
What's the
you
point?
know?
It would only be like a holiday.
Things
home.
of like value, like money wise, sentimental value. There's the things that got lost in people's yards, memories that they're never going to get back. That's tough.
So hear me out, because obviously the fire's still going, right? And it's canvassed like a lot of land, right?
Yeah.
So some of the houses that you see burnt out, they had time to take all the valuable stuff out.
Okay.
Obviously, the onset of the fire would have licked up some houses, but the ones where it's now moved into to Birmingham or Brentwood, I can't remember what the name is, they had prior warning to know it's coming your way.
Okay.
So they would have had time to remove the valuable stuff and the precious items.
So you're saying because of that you can go back?
No, I'm not connected to that. You just said something and I just responded to what you had said. Because you had said all the valuables are gone.
Well, so I suppose because some people would have got prior warning and saw what was going on, there would be some people that was lucky enough to be able to get some of the stuff out and save some stuff. Yeah, there would be.
I reckon I'd take a punt because it'll be very cheap, right?
To go back there?
Yeah. And I'll build it with stone, cement.
I see a lot of people saying that the houses were built with concrete. Because I see people saying, how come the concrete was burning quicker than the wood, than the trees?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I've seen that on Twitter. I've seen people saying, how come? And then people give explanations to certain things that's in there, the sand or whatever it may be. I don't know, but I've seen people say, how come? They've seen places where the yards are devastated.
Yeah.
The trees are still standing, even though they're scorched and all that. And people saying, how come the concrete burns quicker than the trees? So I know there's some of the yards definitely weren't all wood and all that.
I guess that's like how it is all over America, though, isn't it? Some places will be like wood, some will be concrete, innit? Depending on what you can afford and all that sort of stuff.
But it's all rich people's yard. Jenny OK lost her yard, didn't it? £4.6 million crib or something. Gone.
Boy, sad, man.
But I see a lot of people just chatting shit because obviously it's the rich people areas, like the Palisades and all that, like, so they're not really very empathetic towards what's going on because it's all the rich people.
Hello, Stacey.
Mate, we get to our American correspondent to speak about American issues.
Huh?
I said, yeah, it makes sense we get an American correspondent to speak about American issues.
Hello, Stacey.
She can give us more insight. Have you muted her again? Unmute her.
Stop it. This is not your thing. She's not muted.
Why is she talking, Brent?
Because something's happening on her end. Oh, man.
Whilst we're waiting for Stacey, I also want to big up Gifty. Yeah. I'm not too sure if you guys know about Year Network. It's another amazing platform, man. You don't need to check them out on Instagram and all that. Basically, you spell the year, Y, then 3 E's, then 2 A's, and then 1 H, right? Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Basically, yeah. She made me aware of the fact that a similar sort of thing was happening in Ghana as well. So long story short, there was one of the main markets in Ghana, well, in Accra, 2/3 of Kantamanto market got decimated by fire as well. This happened about a week ago. So this happened, where was this? Around the beginning of the year, basically.
What are the causes of
Terrible.
that? Natural, accidental?
So basically what it says, the fire was possibly caused by faulty electrical wiring. So that resulted in millions of Ghanaian cities in losses and left approximately 8,000 people affected. And that was at that time. So they're basically expecting that number to rise as well. And the market obviously was crucial for the livelihoods of about 30,000 people and the recirculation of 25 million secondhand clothing items. Because basically it's the world's largest secondhand clothing market. And 2/3 of it gone.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, man. Praying for the people back home.
Good morning, Stacey.
Hey y'all.
Boom.
Hey.
Educate us, please.
I forgot where y'all left off, but Brent, you did say it right. One of the city is Brentwood. It's not as easy to just up and evacuate. Like it has a lot to do with the direction of the fire, which can sometimes be not determined because the big issue with this fire and why it spread so quickly was the Santa Ana winds. So we get these winds that come in quite often. And this time it hit record breaking highs, like the winds were 100 miles per hour. So think we don't have enough fire staff. The winds are moving at 100 miles an hour. Buildings are collapsing, spreading their embers, creating bigger fires and more spread out fires. And the wind is just continuing to carry that on and on and on, which is going to be a problem because we're getting those winds again in the next couple of days. And the fires are still not even 10% contained. But yeah, you don't know which direction.
90% still burning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And not every we don't typically build homes with concrete. And Eman was right in saying it's not so much about what you have money to do and not to do. Different states have different building codes. So like in California where we don't get a lot of snow, a lot of rain and stuff, you're not going to find homes here that are built with brick. You might have homes that maybe they spent a little bit more money on a more fire resistant design. Like when they were doing the architecture for the home, they might have had a more fire resistant design, maybe intentional, maybe not. And those are the homes that either are still standing or have minimal damage. But it's not. It's not all the time. I hope that answers the question.
So, thank you very much so far. So most of the houses are made of wood because of building codes.
I don't want to say because of building codes. That's our standard.
Are some of them made with stone?
Not. I don't think that's a thing a lot in California.
So the houses that we see still standing in the midst of all the other rubble, are those made of wood too?
Yes, but I'm saying that the way that they're designed, it's a more fire resistant design than the average home. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they used brick or stone, but they just use different materials, if that makes sense.
And all them rich people's yards, them multi-million-dollar pound yards, they're made from wood.
They didn't build them themselves. They bought them from someone.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not. It's not a thing for people homes that cost more money to be built with certain materials. Like it's more about square footage and land that dictates the price.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could have you could have a small house less than 1,000 square foot that's going for almost $1 million simply based on the fact that it's in a great city with great schools and it's on not even an acre of land. That does more than what the actual house,
And has anybody died yet?
Yeah, 15 people died, I think.
And were those the people based in places where the fire started, or was it where it's been a few days and they didn't realize it was going to basically lick them up and it licked them up?
No, I think it's I don't know if the 15 was a combination of the two fires, because mind you, there's two major fires happening in California. Both of them are over 10,000 acres burned, and they're both in Los Angeles. So the one that's getting the most traction is the Palisades fire, which is where this idea that only rich people are being impacted. But the other fire that's simultaneously burning on the other side of LA is the Altadena fire, which is a predominantly Black neighborhood and has been for over 50 years. and that's also been burning. And it's a combination of people who are either evacuated too late or tried to go back in to save things and didn't make it out.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So they got caught in their houses.
exactly. Yep, and of course the Black neighborhood is suffering. I don't want to say the most, but the Palisades fire started first, so all of the fire department's attention was focused on that fire. So the people that I know who lost their homes in Altadena, the Black neighborhood, like when they post like the videos and stuff about like what's going on in the neighborhood, it's mostly the neighborhood, the people of the neighborhood, putting out the fires, honestly themselves.
This is
Yeah,
harrowing news. Thank you very much for the update, Stacey.
no problem.
Thanks.
All right.
All right then.
Yeah, Man City's gonna get. Oh. Good morning, baby basket. Basket. You have to unmute your mic.
So basically, okay,
Yeah, we can hear you. Good morning.
so basically, as someone drop this to come work, so
Okay.
a lot of houses are still standing are built with wood.
Nope.
The reception is really bad. We didn't hear a word. Okay.
They're back on.
Are they back on?
Let's see if it's better now. Yeah, they're having. Oh, I actually got a notification. The user may be having trouble connecting to the call.
Okay, so let's wrap it up.
Yeah, the Man City is gonna get charged this week.
Is that what they're saying?
I think so. And other teams that they don't comply with something.
So how are you processing that?
I haven't. I haven't. I've just.
Are you saying you got some Premier League titles coming your way or something?
No. I don't think it's just Man City. I think it's anybody who looks to. I think Nottingham Forest was also mentioned. What happened with Nottingham Forest? Do you have an owner that came in, bought the club, and then started spending bare money?
Yeah, that Cypriot man.
Serious? I haven't been following that.
Remember one year they bought about 30, 40 players.
Rah.
Yeah, so. But I don't know what their FFP is or whatever it's called. I don't know how they are. I wouldn't be aware of what they do. There's been other clubs. Did Everton get a deduction the other day? Innit?
They did,
yeah. I suppose they need to scrap that. They need to scrap that rule, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just let them spend their money, man. They're just making everything meaty, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's the point? You just want to who cares about all this stuff, and then who's going to benefit from it? You just sanctioning these teams, or want to reprimand people, whatever. Like, obviously that's like Bun City. Man, don't never really care about them, but just imagine they get all this points deducted stuff or relegated out of the division. Like, that's not good. Like, who wants that? Like, let these people, like Newcastle, the Saudis bought Newcastle the other day, richest club in the world, can't spend no black clout money. Like, what's the point, man? Like, you got to stop hating, man. Stop getting involved in people's business, man. This is childish. Like, it's stupid, if you ask me. But yeah, we'll get into our reaction properly tomorrow, man. This is the end of the show. It was a great show, as always. We shall be here, same time, same place, tomorrow morning. Peace out.
Peace.